to another PHNX D-backs podcast live watch-along. My name is Derek Montilla. Of course, I am your mayor of PHNX. For how long? Who knows? This guy is your vice mayor. He's also your thunderstick. It's Jesse Friedman. And we are here for the first pitch, which is a strike. Let's go, Zach Davies.
Our music for watch-alongs is really vibey.
It's vibey. It's a good vibe, unlike the chat vibe, which comes out of the gate strong with the negativity, which I understand because it's a watch-along. So, of course.
Is that really why Josh is not betting on the D-backs all of a sudden? Because we're doing a watch-along, and so
I think
given
it's
our
because
poor track record, it's not worth it.
If you skip down 2 comments, Cog says going to have to skip the watch-along today because I'm in right field. So maybe that's why.
That's the problem.
I wouldn't bet on the D-backs today if Cogs was at the game. So, I mean, that's probably a good take there. Nicholas says, let's play ball. Let's go, baby. Connor says, let's go. Time to get absolutely no work done for the rest of the day. Happy to be a part of that for you, Connor. Let's get the sweep. Let's get the first sweep, which still just seems so weird. It seems so weird that they haven't swept a team yet.
It's kind of impressive. Like, how do you get 10 games over 500 in 2 months without sweeping a baseball team?
Right.
I mean, you just have to win like basically every series, and that's basically what the D-backs have done.
Man,
Cattell he was real close on that one, Derek. Real close. We've got Pavin Smith in the leadoff spot, which I know everyone absolutely adores. He reached base all 5 times yesterday, Derek. So you gotta hand it to the man.
It.
His career numbers in that leadoff spot are actually quite good. Zach Davies didn't look so great. His last time out, 3 1/3 innings. 2 runs in that game. Obviously didn't make it deep in the game. Had about 75 pitches, unable to get out of the 4th inning.
Let's get it.
But
there we go.
That will improve matters. That's
let's go.
That's nice.
Double play. I've made the promise that I can't look at game day during the watch along because if not, everybody here in the office
I do not
will
believe
attack
you,
me.
Personally.
I know. Oh, I know.
This is a prove it situation. Is Perdomo doing a smiley face eye black today? Did you guys see that?
Did not get a chance to see
I
that.
did not see that.
Take a peek out for that. Looks like he has 2 dots under his cheek and a smile.
Let's go. That's good vibes right there.
It's kind of scary to imagine the pitcher that Zach Davies would be if he didn't have like the nastiest changeup in baseball. It'd be real ugly, Derek. It'd be real ugly. But fortunately, he does have one of the nastiest changeups in baseball, and it actually makes him pretty darn good at times.
Yeah. Because it's like a go ahead and try to hit this pitch, and even if you do, you ain't hitting it far.
There's one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jake McCarthy in center field today. Interesting.
It's the mustache. I'm telling you.
D-backs have Carroll in left, Pavin Smith in right. So basically, they're putting Gurriel at DH rather than Pavin.
Oh, no.
That's basically the decision that was made.
Anthony Totre's in the chat.
Oh, that can't be good.
No, get him out of here.
There's a lot of negative vibes going into between Cogs being at the game and Totre being in the chat, Derek.
I would just.
Oh man,
can we ban Totre from the chat? Is that something we can?
I guess
do
we
right
can.
now?
I guess we can, right?
I mean, I don't care if he's behind me. Just got to limit the amount of damage he can do in the chat. He's gonna start asking you guys if you want to eat guinea pigs, and that's just weird. It's weird. It's a weird conversation we've had to have here in the office today.
So Connor Siebold is on the mound for the Rockies, which is not the pitcher that we've had listed as our probable the entire week.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah, Chase Anderson was listed as the probable for this Thursday game the whole week.
Arizona Diamondback legend Chase Anderson.
There you go. I don't think this was like Chase Anderson being scratched or hurt or something like that, though. It sounds like
supposed to pitch earlier in the series.
Yeah, he was at one point listed as a starter for yesterday, which wound up being Nelson Lamet.
Right. So maybe they just pushed everybody out today.
Yeah. I think it sounds like more of a mix-up than like a actual decision that was made and then changed after the fact. So
well, that's a good thing because Chase Anderson actually has been pitching pretty well so far. So
he has.
Good guy to miss there. Diamondbacks go for the sweep. Already won the series.
I have to
we can't
say,
escape this guy.
who can't we escape?
You know, Jesse.
Oh, we're talking about Pavin Smith again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Pavin Smith he's had a pretty darn good couple of games here.
He has.
Obviously the big home run the other day.
He thrives off of people doubting him. Right when,
It
I
does
said,
feel
right when
that
you're
way.
at your lowest on Pavin Smith is when he's like, okay, here's a good game for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was 1 for 3 with a pivotal home run a few days ago, and then next game yesterday,
What's
he
happening
literally
here?
reached base all 5 times.
What are we starting off with?
Oh, this is exciting.
Oh my God, we're already starting off with a.
Is he listening?
Oh
to
no,
his
it's
hat?
his PitchCom or his
Oh, okay.
communication system.
I do have to say I have been quite surprised with the frequency of PitchCom issues this season.
I mean, it's technology,
It is.
you know.
But it doesn't really seem like it's good technology. That's kind of
Yeah.
the point I'm making, right?
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
seems like there's guys just have a lot of issues getting it set up. So it's just also just bizarre to me that it just like lives
Fits
in your hat.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I feel like that would be kind of uncomfortable.
right. It's like people that put. Have you noticed this thing of putting pins in your hat? Like people put like pins, like collectible pins in their
Oh,
hats, right?
sure.
I'm not talking about baseball players. I'm just talking about in general. And when I try to do it, it's very uncomfortable to me because the back of the pins poke me in the head, and I feel like that wouldn't be the best thing to have something like inside of your hat. That would be,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's comfortable. Maybe you don't really notice it's there. I imagine that's got to be part of the design. But yeah, I mean, come on, technology. People are leaving shit off chargers all the time, Jesse, and not bringing the right units that are linked up. Just grab 2 units and this one isn't the right one or whatever. There's a lot of stuff because we found out how encrypted that PitchCom system is. So I imagine that it's got to be very specific. Like they can't just have like a box of them and just be like, grab one of these and grab one of these. Like they have to be paired together, I imagine.
So Connor Siebold comes in. He's had like kind of an interesting year. 5 starts and 7 appearances out of the bullpen. 5.94 ERA, a 1.60 WHIP. Not especially inspiring numbers. Fastball, slider, changeup. Occasionally throws a curveball. Mostly a 3-pitch guy. Ketel's been really hitting well lately. The on-base streak continues, by the way, Derek.
That's
We
right.
haven't talked about this in a couple days. It is
That's
at 29 games
games.
entering today. You could make it 30. Pretty darn good start for one Max Scherzer of the New York Mets today. It seems like he's kind of figuring things out a little bit over there.
He might end up being a pretty good pitcher, Jesse.
Yeah, I think in the future, I think, he's
That's one to watch.
Yeah, he's one to watch for sure.
Yeah, he's kind of gone under the radar,
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
D-backs really have jumped on teams early in games lately. I mean, that's basically how they've won all these games, like we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
They don't really
early
score
lead.
runs after the 4th inning,
Right.
but they've been scoring so many in the first 4 that they've been able to get by.
It does something to you, right? I mean, baseball is one of those games that you can lose a game being down 2 runs, let alone 5. So I feel like it is a bit demoralizing, right, for you to be down early and be down so many runs. I don't know if the other teams are as aware of their late inning struggles or really worry or think that that's something that they're not going to break out of. But
Yeah.
Again, it's really just about the fact that the Diamondbacks have found a way to win. And that's not been a consistent thing, right? They have come back. It's just been kind of lately over what it feels like the last month. They've really not been able to score late. But in April, they had a lot of comebacks, and some of those comebacks were late in the game. And the more impressive part was in some wins, they had to come back multiple times where, it was a back and forth affair, and they did a good job of not letting, the lead slip away, get them out of the game. But I don't know, man. This Diamondbacks team is good. It's young. It's going to continue to run on you, and I think it's hard to have a very positive outlook for the rest of the game when you're down by 3+ runs to this team early on.
Yeah. Ooh. It's a decent pitch to hit there in a 3-1 count.
Corbin really does rattle like a rattlesnake before he goes to hit. I mean, you could call it a shimmy, but that's a little bit of a rattle that he's got going on.
Oh, interesting. Never thought about it that way.
It's like when a snake is ready to strike. It rattles. That's when it lets you know.
Oh, that's good.
It's about to get you. It's about to get you. I literally want pictures of him doing that next to a rattlesnake getting ready to strike, and I want to see the similarities. No.
Ooh.
That was a good pitch.
1, 2, 3 first for one Connor Siebold.
Michael's here. Hello, Michael. We are doing excellent. Got a day game. We got a chance for a sweep. And we have someone other than Zach Gallen on the mound during watch along. So let's go.
Which somehow feels like good news based on our on our track record.
Yeah.
Gabriel says Siebold needs to be humbled. So, of course, as we discussed yesterday, this is a big day in the continued Diamond Sports Group fiasco.
Correct.
We should
Judgment Day, if you will.
It is Judgment Day. Although I think maybe it's possible it could stretch into tomorrow, but I do think a decision is expected today.
What do you predict will happen? What do you think is going to happen with this situation? Do you think, based on what happened with the Padres, that's essentially the fate for all the clubs that Bally essentially controls?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to say, honestly.
I feel like the Diamondbacks, even though I know it's not going to be the Diamondbacks' decision necessarily overall, I feel like the Diamondbacks would be happy to take whatever that they can get from Bally Sports at this point, even if it's not the full amount, right? So like a 75% payment upon what they're owed still is better than just taking the 50% that they've already been paid, right? Like, I feel like this team right now is in a position that's different than other franchises where, frankly, they kind of need to do everything they can to get everything out of that deal,
Yeah. I mean, it really just all comes down to like the terms of the original agreement and whether it has a provision for Diamond Sports Group to renegotiate based on current market conditions with teams, or it doesn't. And that's really the big question here. So it's hard to really predict because I don't know what verbiage is in that contract, and that's kind of what this whole thing is hinging on. At the end of the day, though, you do still kind of feel like this relationship between Major League Baseball and Diamond Sports Group is incredibly fractured, and Diamond Sports Group is in so much financial trouble. It's hard to see a long-term path forward here for the D-backs in particular. So it kind of feels like it's just not a matter of if, but just when Major League Baseball has to step in to broadcast these games. I would not be at all surprised if things move pretty quickly in that direction after today, but it all depends on what the ruling is.
I still think buying the rights to the name Bally and the B logo is it was just foreshadowing the beginning of bad decision making when it came to the Diamond Sports Group, right? Like, is Bally really that recognizable that you felt like including them as part of your name was going to somehow give you that branding that people were going to be familiar with?
Well, they didn't do it for that. They did it because Bally paid them a heck of a lot of money to stamp their logo on everything.
I mean,
right?
I get it. Then I guess I should blame Bally.
I don't hate the little logo, though. I have to be honest. The little swirly bee.
No.
It's actually kind of cool.
But like I guess that's the ultimate price, I guess. Bally now has to deal with kind of their name being dragged through the mud by a corporation that isn't them, or by a by a company that isn't them.
Yeah, it is.
It's like if I let a restaurant call themselves Derek Montia's Fried Chicken and they just gave a bunch of people salmonella, and then they're like, Derek, why'd you do that?
Yeah,
right.
Right. People would be angry at you, even though you're just like the name that they stamped on. It is interesting. Major League Baseball did say, according to Rob Manfred, that they're basically committed to making sure that teams get 80% of their expected revenue.
Yeah.
So if it turns out that the Diamondbacks don't get the full rights that they were owed this year, Major League Baseball is going to cover it up to 80%, just to make sure that no team is left in a really difficult financial position of not being able to pay salaries or whatever.
You're contractually obligated to receive that money. You promised that money elsewhere, That's the one thing that Ken Kendrick said that really I do believe, even though I know is hard for a lot of fans to believe, and I know he takes his criticism, right? But Ken Kendrick did say that neither him nor his partners take away a profit when it comes to the end of the day. They just try to reinvest this money back into the team.
Sure.
And of course, when you feel like that's a I wonder how much time they've had to know that this deal was potentially going to go south. I imagine much longer than we've known about it, because they
to be fair, taking a profit would not, if you're thinking of like what the corrupt business person would do or whatever, taking a profit wouldn't really make sense, because if you are bought into this sport on that level and you own a team, then in order to make yourself the most profit in the long run, you would want to reinvest your gains back into it.
Absolutely.
It's like if you're in the stock market, right? You're not going to be constantly pulling out your gains. You're going to reinvest them.
Right.
So I don't really think that we haven't pulled any money out into our own pockets. I don't really think that really speaks much to the integrity of them, because that would just be silly to do that, right?
Well, no,
as a business person.
The reason why I say that is, though, that's the perception of a lot of people, right? And that's what a lot of people come to say especially when the team doesn't do much in like free agency or the off season to improve themselves or something like that. It typically falls on, people kind of, even if it's jokingly making fun of the ownership and saying like, hey, they're too busy. He's too busy investing his money in baseball cards to like.
Sure.
Ken Kendrick owns a lot of things, and they are way more profitable than the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. He actually makes money off of those other ventures, but this, like we were saying, is more of a something that essentially you invest the money back into until the day comes where you do sell it, and then you sell it at such an incredible profit based on what you purchased it for. That's where you really make your money, is at the end. You're going to sell this franchise probably for billions of dollars, so it's going to be a ridiculous profit on what he paid for,
right?
By comparison.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why you get invested in this long term from a financial standpoint, is that that the valuations of these franchises are going up like crazy.
That's why it's funny, because to read books about the history of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Jerry Colangelo sounded like a crazy person, because he went into meetings where they were kind of talking about this franchise existing in a way to just like bring something to the community, a place for families to gather and stuff. And Jerry Colangelo was very much business oriented when it came to this stuff, only because he's had a lot of experience in the Valley.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got bad things happening with 2 outs now.
Yeah, that was a slow roller, but it found a hole. So first and third, 2 outs.
Not great defense today behind Zach Davies. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten back. Yeah, he couldn't have.
Ketel's not quite as quick as he used to be, but I don't know if Pete Ketel gets to that ball either. So it's a big spot here. First and third. First and third, 2 outs.
Ryan asks, is Rat Leon back? He made it on the victory vest. Rat Leon is part of the Yo Gabby Gabby crew now. He's a character in that universe.
Right.
But Lourdes Gurriel, being a close friend of Gabriel Moreno, had to pay tribute to Rat Leon on the back of that victory vest.
Jake McCarthy did not wear the victory vest yesterday, by the way.
Don't like that.
He did the post-game interview, but he did not wear the victory vest.
Don't like that.
I asked him about it after the game, and he said it was just like sitting in the clubhouse. I don't know if they just like fell down on the job and didn't get it out to him.
Jake
or if the bid
McCarthy
is
with
dead.
that mustache, with that vest, would have looked incrable. And I'm furious that we don't
he
have
said that
image.
he's not sure he could have pulled it off quite as well as Dre did.
Bullshit. Well,
but
nobody can. Nobody can. Nobody in that. I mean, maybe Lourdes.
Lourdes, yeah.
I have a feeling Lourdes had it tailored to his body. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when he had it created, he gave him his measurements as the size to make it.
I actually talked with one Evan Longoria yesterday about the victory vest and the home run snake and the whole story there. And he told me it wasn't Lourdes. It was actually one of Lourdes's friends who made the vest.
Yes. He gave him his vision for it, apparently. And
Sure.
There's a run scored. RBI single for the Colorado Rockies, and we are down 1-0. Because
we are cursed.
Because it's a watch along.
This is it's 2 outs.
Because we are cursed, Derek.
I don't have an answer for you besides that. I don't know. I don't really believe in curses, but I also want to make Anthony Totri come stand in this spot right now. So
right now, you want to use it now?
We just get us out of the inning, Totri. For Pete's sake. Totri, there's a spot Totri has to stand. He brings the team good luck. I can't explain it. It's just a thing. He refuses to use his powers for good. He's a reluctant superhero, but he has money on the game, so now he's selfishly standing in the spot.
This is the first lead the Rockies have had in this series.
Could have used that earlier.
The second inning of Monday, which was pretty bleak. The way this series started, it was 4-0 Rockies.
I know.
After about 20 minutes.
Nate Cleveland asked, "Are the sidewinders still a thing in the Valley?" They are not.
I'm a little offended.
Oh, are you talking about the Tucson sidewinders?
I don't know.
Oh.
What other side? Is there another sidewinders?
Fucking come over earlier next time. Come over earlier next time. Maybe when there was 2 runners on the corners, you can come over, huh?
So that run is on Totri. Is that the argument that's being made
that's
here?
an unearned run for Zach Davies. That run's being charged to Anthony Totri.
By that logic, every run against the Dbacks is at my
Totri's ERA is seriously concerning right now.
Anyway, back to you down there. I'm not saying the Tucson sidewinders didn't exist. They asked if they were still a thing in the Valley.
What's the story with the sidewinders?
Were they ever? Is that what we're talking about? Like, is there different sidewinders?
No. It's just the Tucson sidewinders.
So yeah, I'm saying I'm a little offended because they were never a thing in the Valley.
Oh God. This is why you make me hate Tucson. And I don't want to hate Tucson. I had delicious food there and a great time the last time I was there.
You do want to hate Tucson, Derek.
I do. I really do. Deep down.
You were annoyed that you had such a great time there.
Oh,
Come on
I
now.
hated that I had to come back and talk to this guy about it.
No one's ever had a bigger smile on their face.
He was
going to
be so smug.
Oh, yeah.
It was the drugs I took mostly. Let's be honest.
But that's perfect.
I know.
I told you that's a perfect Tucson weekend.
It really was, honestly. Oh. There's no better place to be high as a kite than the fair. I'm just going to say that. The food, like anything you can imagine is there. It was just the best place ever.
Wow, Michael has never been to Tucson. Wife says not missing much. Yeah, well.
Now, you know what? I'll say this. A friend of mine about 6 or 7 years ago, Josh Schley, got me into like going to places in state on like small road trips. And I always had a blast going to places that I don't really haven't gone to, like Bisbee and places like that. Like there's some great treasures around this place.
Bisbee's cool.
I mean, obviously there's Sedona and Flagstaff and places like that are rad to go to, but I mean, honestly, there's some hidden treasures around the valley.
Sedona is the spot.
I don't know about that.
Really?
If you're taking an Arizona road trip, north is the direction.
North is the direction to go.
If you're going south, you're making an enormous mistake. What are you going to go to Globe? We vacationing
we're going to
vacationing in
Yuma?
Globe?
We're going to Yuma?
Isn't Globe north of
If you're going to Yuma, just go to San Diego. What are you doing, pal?
I think, well, yeah, Globe is more east. But I think Globe is also south, if I'm not mistaken.
One of my friends grew up in Yuma, and he would absolutely approve of me shitting on Yuma. But again, another place I had a lovely time in, so I can't.
You had a lovely time.
Yeah,
in
that's
Yuma?
crazy.
I did.
That's insane.
The gas is cheap. That's
Look.
about all I can say for Yuma.
Look, when me and Mega Ran get together for shenanigans, we have a lovely time no matter where we go. He had a whole music festival down there in Yuma.
That is pretty cool. I have to give Mega Ran his props for that's not exactly first on most musicians like tour lists.
Yeah. Honestly, it kind of made it, believe it or not, it made it kind of easy for people from Phoenix to go and people that he knows from LA to make it over. So it was kind of an in between spot when it came to that.
So Derek, you're not a big Sedona guy, huh?
Oh, I'm a huge Sedona guy. I
Sedona
love
is
Sedona.
really incredible.
I said it
but
was the spot, and you went, eh.
It's
Oh,
pretty. It's pretty
oh.
crowded. I mean, there's some traffic issues in Sedona at this
Sure,
point. The secret is out, but it really is an incredible place.
I just like going there in the summer, and it's like 79
Was that
degrees.
Walker? Was that Christian
Yeah.
Walker?
Like, where am I?
I was Christian Walker.
Walker, single, double, triple, Walker. That's all I got right now.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't sing the rest of the song.
It's an hour and a half away,
Dang.
and it's, 20 degrees cooler in the summer? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean Flagstaff is even
Hold on.
Yeah,
quite a bit
Flagstaff's nice.
cooler than Sedona,
Let me
but
dial this back really fast.
yeah, they're both great summer escape spots. That's for sure.
Gotta get the hair going, Jesse. For Lourdes.
There we go.
Wake
There
it
we
up.
go.
Yeah.
Is it tingling? What is it telling you?
I don't know.
You can't. You guys aren't on the same page.
Getting
What is
nothing.
this?
I'm getting. It's a bad reception. There's some interference. I don't know what's going on. They must have the roof closed.
Do you? I would imagine they have the roof closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. We're 2 blocks away, so with the roof closed, it gets a little sketchy.
Usually I start the day at the ballpark and then come over here for the watch along, but I didn't do that today, Derek. I'm missing my press box pretzels. It's really it's most devastating.
The press box has this delicious combination of it's like a pub mix that has dried bananas in it. I have no idea what this particular mix
Really?
is called, but I love it and I have since I was a child. I just haven't had it in a long time. I'm sure-
Lourdes just got a hanging slider right down the middle. Fouled
If
it back.
you are familiar with some sort of pub mix that has like peanuts and dried banana pieces in it, let me know what it's called so I can go buy a bag of it, because I think I was fed this as a child. It brings back all sorts of memories. Haven't had it in a long time, and the only place I get it is the snacks in the Press Box Lounge. And it's incredible. It's fucking incredible. Jesse's too busy paying full price.
What am I paying full price for?
For the Press Box Lounge, for the food in the Press Box, and I'm just eating all of their snacks basically.
Oh, right.
No, it's
Hey,
Mac.
Mac.
She's an angel.
Yesterday, I actually did not do the press box food.
Mm.
I took
What'd
a
you
little
do?
trip down to
Ooh.
Gadzooks.
Oh.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Gadzooks.
So I'm not saying that
Gadzooks.
right. The Gadzooks.
Gadzooks,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Yeah, tacos there are really good.
Yes, very good.
Kind of expensive, but really good.
Free tacos in there one time.
The ballpark food.
That's a serious value.
I am very, very, very much in favor of the improvements in ballpark food this year. It's been very good.
At Chase Field?
Yeah, Chase Field. I feel like they've added enough of a variety. I still want a Panda Express back or something like that.
Yeah, they don't really have anything like that.
I
at the ballpark.
love a good, bad Chinese food. You know what I mean? Like Panda Express or one of those places, right? But yeah, the it's not the carving stand's still there and it's still very good, but they added a Greek stand.
Yeah,
where you
I
can get
did, yeah.
gyros and stuff. I had that the other day. That was spot on.
It's like a frequent flyer card there.
Gabriel's asking Rocky shirt on Mac. Is that in fact
It's
a Rocky
no, it's
shirt?
the Rocky Mountain Range.
I don't know. It literally says Rockies
It
across
says-
it. It says
Canada.
I'm just going to go ahead and say
Rockies.
that that's not chill.
That's not.
It was a bad wardrobe choice
It's
today
a
when we
bad-
play the
yeah,
Rockies.
we're doing a watch along, and here you are with a Rockies shirt just over my head. Get out of here.
Listen.
Get out of here.
Listen, Linda,
Scram,
listen.
scram.
I have boycotted the entire Rockies organization until they get a new owner. I have not watched a single game this year unless
Okay.
they've played the Diamondbacks. I have not bought a single merch item. I have not paid attention. I literally muted the word Rockies on Twitter because I'm so angry with them.
Okay.
Wow.
So I will not be
Muted
supporting
the
this.
word Rockies.
I'm muting the word Rockies. I will not be supporting this organization until they get a new owner, and I'm not kidding. Like, I'm standing by that. I have not
Yeah.
and will not support them until they get a new owner.
Well, we were just talking about that. We were talking about baseball teams. We were talking about how, like, Ken Kendrick gets a lot of those kind of shots where they talk about, like, oh, he's taking the money to, for his baseball card collection and stuff. But
Yeah.
in reality, and I believe it to be true because Kendrick has enough other ventures that he makes profits off of those. He doesn't make profits off this team, but he said, like, my partners and I don't like make money off this team. We turn around and, like Jesse was talking about earlier, they essentially reinvest everything they make back into the team. But if they're not making that much money, they don't have that much money to invest in the team.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily, it doesn't seem like that's the case with the Rockies because the Rockies seem to be doing fairly well as far as attendance goes on a consistent basis.
Rockies are top 5 in attendance in the league for like the past 8 years.
It's
and
nuts.
the on-field product has been garbage every single year. It blows my mind. Like I just there's no incentive for the owner to do anything different because he's still making money off this team despite them being consistently terrible.
Rockies have actually slipped quite a bit. They're 17th in home attendance this year.
Good.
Well,
I
yeah.
hope that continues.
That
Still
makes-
pretty decent.
that makes a lot of sense.
27,236 is their average.
I hope they
my God.
continue to.
Where are the D-backs
continue
at,
to
Jesse, since
decline.
you have
they
that pulled up?
They are 21st, 19,799.
Well, that's better than I expected it to be honest.
They
but-
are better than Cleveland, the Guardians, the White Sox, the Tigers, the Reds,
Great company.
the Rays, the Pirates, the Royals, the Marlins, and the A's. So yeah, not great company.
But also it makes me upset that they
Well, it's-
report tickets sold and not actual butts and seats. So there's always the attendance is always higher than actual people in there.
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah,
enough. Yeah, because you got
that's
those.
true.
Essentially,
is
the
very
season
true.
ticket holders are always going to be accounted for, whether
Yeah.
they're there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aztec in the comments. That's another huge reason why I will not be supporting the Rockies until they get a new owner. Fucking ridiculous. But also for everyone saying send me back to DNVR with the shirt, it's the Canadian Rocky Mountain Range. It has nothing to do with
Gotta
the
go.
team. I promise. I'm
Gotta go.
from Colorado
Let's
and
get a
I love the
headset off
Rocky
this lady.
Mountains. It's like a national park shirt. I got it at the Rocky Mountain National Park.
In Canada?
Well, no, in Colorado, but the
Oh, so you did get it in
Get the hell
Colorado.
out of here. You
It has nothing
absolute
to do with the baseball
fraud.
team. I
You
promise.
are a fraud.
I promise. I won't
Why
buy
would
any
why
of
would
their
this shirt be about the Canadian Rockies if you got it in Colorado?
Mhm.
Isn't that what they're called? Isn't that the whole mountain range? The Canadian Rocky Mountains? No?
Well,
Oh.
not if they're not in Canada,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Some
but
of them are in Canada.
just
the
Some of
mountain
them-
range.
most of
that
them are
is
in the U.S.
low key a Rockies
This is,
shirt,
and then it
and
says
I want it
Pacific
off my
Northwest
set.
down here. Whatever. I'm sorry. I can't help
Oh.
the fact that I was born in Colorado.
Interesting. It says Pacific North. Wow, what a fascinating shirt.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on.
It has the
Huh.
Canadian Rockies up here in the Pacific Northwest down here. I swear I got it when I was at
Speaking
Rocky Mountain
of
National
the
Forest.
Pacific Northwest, have you guys seen the Seattle Mariners All-Star Game hat that is kind of floating around where it has like the trees
Oh, I haven't
on the
seen.
front
I
of
haven't
it?
seen the hat, but the logo, their logo for the All Star Game is
really good.
Is really cool.
I got to
yeah.
show you this hat because we looked at this hat yesterday, and I don't know if it's the hat because apparently the link takes you to a hat that is fitted. Or no, I'm sorry, not fitted. It is a snapback. So there it is, right there, though.
Of course, Team
That's
Rockets
what
City
that's
National
what they're saying that is going to be the All-Star
That's
Game
pretty
hat.
cool.
Yeah, that's
I like
pretty,
that.
that's
It's
pretty
got
cool.
like the trees and the mountains on the front behind the logo, and it's a really good looking hat, to be honest.
Sick.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
all
it's
the
case, though.
graphics they've made for the All Star Game are pretty spot on from what I've seen.
Love that. Way better than the freaking All-Star gear from Denver. Terrible. All right, I'm leaving.
All
Goodbye,
right.
everyone.
And that's why she's not allowed back to the Rockies, you guys. The other day I was on the DNVR Rockies podcast, and Patrick and I talked about what the NL West teams, if they were professional wrestlers, would be, who they would be. And it was a conversation.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, that I'm sure you were completely just checked out on.
I remember there was a Diamondback Sami Zayn comparison that was made.
That's such a good comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, because not only do Baxter and I do that handshake, right? But Sami Zayn is a guy that he experienced, like, at least in his time in WWE, he experienced some early success. He won a championship, but then he kind of went through a very long stretch of not being even taken very seriously as a wrestler, right?
Wow.
That's something you could say about the Diamondbacks, who went on a very long stretch of not being very relevant, right? There's one time where they were even the joke of the league when they lost 110 games, right? And there was a time where Sami Zayn was wrestling, the Jackass crew at WrestleMania. Literally,
it sounds like a quality analogy.
It was a solid.
Derek.
It was a solid analogy. He also has a red beard,
good work
and red
from you
hair.
and Patrick there.
Yeah, actually, I believe that was the producer that threw that one out there, and that was probably one of the better.
That was a nice play there by Zach Davies. He really is. The D-backs have so many great defenders on the mound. Yeah. I think they're tops in baseball in like defensive run save for pitchers.
That was a really good play.
Zach Gallen is pretty athletic, makes a lot of nice plays. Merrill Kelly holds his own out there. Tommy Henry and Ryan Nelson, I think, are both fine. It's a pretty impressive group.
Am I wrong in saying that we kind of have a history of that on the mound?
Like I feel like on some
really
level,
good
Zach
defender.
Greinke was kind of a monster out there. I don't really remember any like serious liabilities or guys where if they field the ball, you're just don't really know what you're gonna get.
That was a good pitch.
That was a good pitch.
That was a good pitch.
Little arm side run on the sinker. Yeah, Michael, I'm growing. I'm growing one day at a time.
I'm so proud of him.
You can't spend as much time as I do with Derek and not give in a little bit and know a few things.
I legitimately thought you were going to be like, I thought there was a John Cena reference and I was going to understand that. But when you said Sami Zayn just now, you impressed me. So that was good. That was good. I'm surprised you even know that name.
That's honestly for some reason, that's the only one I remember. I know you guys talked about other guys too, but Sami Zayn is the only one I remember.
Oh, Sami Zayn's the best.
That's just an insane changeup that he just threw to Jurickson Profar. It doesn't looked quite as sharp in these first two games back, but that was a really good one. He talked about adding a four-seam fastball as well in spring training, just to try to change eye levels a little bit. If you're hitting against Zach Davies, you can almost eliminate the top half of the strike zone because he's trying to throw basically everything down. But with a four-seamer, a pitch that you can throw up in the zone a little bit more, it theoretically could make opposing hitters a little bit less comfortable in the box. Hasn't used it a ton. I don't know if I've necessarily seen it work all that well yet, but it's an interesting idea.
Does he throw a two-seam fastball?
Yeah, I mean two-seam fastball sinker. Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much same deal there. Yeah. Yeah, he has a lot of pitches. I mean, it's sinker, cutter, this new four-seamer, of course, the changeup, and then he has kind of a slurvy curveball thing that he throws too. He's he's kind of like, there are some real comparisons between Davies and Merrill Kelly. Just Merrill's a little bit better at everything, other than the changeup. Merrill has a really good changeup, but Davies might be even better. But all the other pitches that Merrill has are probably better than Davies.
He's locating today, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how he makes his living. If he's living on the edges, he can be pretty good.
So what is ClickUp?
You playing ads during the watch along again, Derek?
Sheesh. It's like I can't do anything over here on my computer without your judgment.
No, yeah.
Take off the white wig. Jesse. Put down the gavel. Quit judging me. All right.
It's Judgment Day, Derek. We said it earlier. Come on now. That might have been one there. Is that a four-seamer up? It doesn't look like it. Still a sinker.
Michael can't wait to see Christian Robinson as a Salt River rafter.
It might happen. It's not crazy. I mean, if anyone in the D-backs system needs more reps, it's Christian Walker.
That's a great point.
And you do see teams send guys from single A every now and then.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit of a tall ask, but if he's able to get up to Hillsboro and has some success there, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's totally out of the question.
He's rested. He's got plenty of rest. Plenty of time off.
Yeah. He's had quite a bit of, I mean, I guess it hasn't necessarily been time off, but yeah, he's been pretty limited in what he can actually do. Obviously, it's not really the same if you're not playing in actual games. Well, I wouldn't say Zach Davies has looked great, but 3 innings, 1 run is a pretty decent start overall. D-backs offense just 1 for 7 though through these first couple innings. Yeah, I do remember Dominguez being there last year. I thought Gurriel had a really good at bat in that second inning too. He had a 9-pitch at bat there, wound up flying out, but the offense hasn't looked great outside of that against Siebold. Damien, I assume you have some sort of a parlay going on this thing?
I do.
What do we got?
I got Geraldo Perdomo, total bases 1+.
Dang.
Okay.
I got Corbin Carroll, total bases 1+.
Ooh.
I have Zach Davies 3 strikeouts, which I'm not feeling great about right now because I believe he has 0.
He has 1.
Okay,
He has 1.
1. I'll feel better about that then. And
Yeah.
then the D-backs to keep it within 3 runs, at least.
To keep it within 3 runs.
Correct.
So if they lost by 2 runs,
If they lost it by 3 runs, it would still hit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, ye of little faith over there.
So
like-
I mean,
it's like you knew
all
we
of
were
those
doing-
things
it's like-
seem pretty likely to happen almost. I mean, I guess that Davies 3 strikeouts is maybe a little. Perdomo's not hitting super well lately, so
Yeah, I mean, like I thought before the game for sure I liked my chances on it, but it would be nice to get maybe one of those out of the way, maybe a Corbin Carroll hit in this inning.
yeah. Well, we'll see. Jake McCarthy 3 straight multi-hit games. I believe half of those hits have been infield hits, but they all look the same in the box score, right, Derek?
They sure do. A hit is a hit, my friend.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do you not agree with that, Jesse?
What, Gabriel's comments?
Is that what's so funny?
Give it just not yet. Give it another couple weeks and maybe I'll be there, Gabriel.
I didn't understand where the humor was in it.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting takes off.
Usually when I have favorite players, they get traded or signed somewhere else. Should I stop favoriting Lourdes before it's too late?
Yes.
Probably.
Go find another guy to like. Corbin Carroll's going to be here for a while.
Corbin
just
Carroll,
like him.
yeah, definitely a safer bet there. I was listening to Arizona Sports the other day, and they were having a discussion about the safest jersey that you can buy right now in Arizona, like a player who is
Oh, it's
good
absolutely
and exciting, but will be in the Valley for a while, and you feel confident that he will be in the Valley for a while. I think the top 2 answers are pretty obvious, right? Devin Booker would be 1, Corbin Carroll would be 2 after the extension.
Kyler Murray after that.
I don't know about Kyler Murray's future in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
It seems a little shaky to me. And they were trying to come up with who would come after Booker and Carroll. And you could make a case it should be a Diamondback. Maybe Gabby Moreno?
I'm sorry, what was the conversation again?
The conversation is, what is the safest jersey for an Arizona athlete to buy right now? Like a player who is good and likely to stay here for a long time.
I gotcha.
So you could bring up Zach Gallen, but you got 2 more years after this one. He's a Scott Boras client. As we've discussed, things don't necessarily look up in that regard. So that maybe wouldn't be the best option. So yeah, outside of that, it's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough question to answer.
It is, because Ayton, you don't feel good about.
Can't do Ayton.
Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, neither.
Yeah,
they're both towards the ends of
their
their
career, right?
Yeah, Zach Allen, free agency. The Coyotes kind of all off the board when you think about it.
Yeah, that's just a big. That's
just a
big
plain
mistake.
Coyotes jersey is off the board with
Yeah.
no name on the back.
We're still trying to figure out like the Coyotes' future in Arizona,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
I was
Let's
gonna say-
probably get there first.
I was gonna say Dylan Gunther's supposed to be pretty good, but we don't know if he'll be playing here in a couple years, technically.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. I honestly think that Gabby Moreno obviously still has quite a bit to prove in the big leagues, but the D-backs, I don't think would trade Gabby Moreno in pretty much any scenario, at least
No.
not in the foreseeable future, because obviously they just don't have a lot of depth in their system at catcher, and they just traded for the guy themselves and traded a valuable asset to get him. So if you believe that Gabby Moreno is good enough to be at that level, then I think there's a decent chance that should be the guy. Connor
D-back-
Siebold is kind of
D-backs
mowing
go-
him,
yeah,
kind of
D-backs
mowing him
go
down right now.
really
Derek.
quietly in that inning. Didn't like that one bit. Did
Hey.
not like that one bit.
Paven Smith just got 3 changeups and swung and missed at 2 of them and looked at another one in the strike zone.
You had Jose Herrera called out on 5 pitches, strikes out on 5 pitches, and then Jake McCarthy flies out on 5 pitches. So fairly quick inning. 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts.
I think I'd probably go with Durant still, Jesse, just because I think it'll be.
You think
look
he'll
back,
be around long
You'll
enough?
look back on that jersey and be like, that was not a bad
That's
purchase.
fair.
You
That's
know what
fair.
I mean? So I
Yeah.
think that would still be the third for me.
Good.
Because the
but-
Suns
Good,
are
'cause I
not going to
got-
trade.
I got
Yeah.
one of those. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say Moreno and dare I say maybe Perdomo, potentially.
That's interesting. But you also have, Jordan Lawler on the way.
You do,
So it's
but he could move positions very easily.
that's true. You move Lawler over to second base, maybe.
I think
I mean,
Catel's not a bad option either because he's been
Cattell,
around for
yeah.
a while. He's been a pretty good Diamondback.
Yeah, Cattell is he's under team control through 2028, I believe.
Yes, they are, Brett.
If they wanted to pick up the club option on the back end of that deal. So yeah, I mean that's 4 years after this one, right? 5 years after this one that they could have Cattell.
Brett asked if these watch-alongs are cursed. No, because curses don't actually exist, Brett.
What about Brittany Griner jersey?
Ooh.
Solid answer, right?
Tarazi?
Yeah, I mean
Tarazi.
that'll never
That's
obviously
never-
go away.
Yeah, that's. I got one of those.
Isn't Tarasi pretty close to calling it a career?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but she's arguably the GOAT, so I
Yeah.
think
right,
you
right.
could be like, this is just like a
But I think,
legendary all-time
yeah, I mean, you
jersey.
wouldn't regret getting that jersey. But I
you're
think
just
the
talking
spirit
about
of the
more
question is
is like-
players who have a number of years left in
Mm.
their career.
I was
not
kinda
just like
taking it
jerseys
as-
that would be valuable.
I was kind of taking it as like jerseys you won't regret buying. Jerseys that you think are like good,
Sure.
solid purchases
Yeah.
that you won't look back on and be like,
That's
that was
fair.
a stupid jersey that I got when I got the, Christian Walker jersey, and then he stayed for 2 more years or something like that, you know?
Or he was traded in 6 months.
Joe says a Jose Valverde jersey.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Papa
Marvin Harrison
Grande.
Jr. when the Cardinals get him. I like that. I
Huh.
like that. Speak it into existence.
I mean, we talk about us doing a watch along. Cogs is at the game, guys. That's
Yeah, if there's a curse here, it's not us, right?
Yeah.
I think we've established that.
it's definitely Cogs. But I'm gonna say us both, him being there and us going at a watch along, we're really putting the pressure on the D-backs today. Joe says buying dumb jerseys is also fun. I agree with that. I love a good dumb jersey.
That is true.
Honestly, like a lot of the even the Corbin Carroll jerseys and the such kind of like, kind of fade into the background for me when I'm at like the game because it's all the jerseys you expect to see there, right?
Derek's like, I want an Emmanuel Rivera jersey.
God damn, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Manuel Rivera's playing pretty well right now. His future is a little bit unclear at this point, but
I just mean like I go nuts when I see like a Rubio Durazo jersey at the game.
You know, I'm
Sure.
actually friends with his nephews. Really good friends with the Durazos.
Do you want-
really,
I am.
wow.
Do you want me to help you pick up that name you dropped right there?
Oh, I'm just throwing it out there. No
Okay.
big deal.
Oh no, I just
NBD.
Yeah.
Good people.
Jason Kubel, yes. If you get any Diamondbacks jersey right now, let it be Jason Kubel.
I like Nicholas's thought process here. He says it's math. The concurrent curses cancel each other out. We're getting a sweep today. It'll be ugly, but we're gonna do it. I love it.
That's the spirit, man.
I love it.
They did on John Boy the other day. They did one of those grids, where you're trying to like guess everything in the grid. So like the columns are teams and the rows are like certain stat thresholds. You're trying to name a player who met all those thresholds. And the Diamondbacks were one of the teams. And one of the things you had to guess was Diamondbacks players who had hit 40 or more home runs. And somebody guessed Jason Kubel, which is just incredible to me that that's the first Diamondback that comes to your mind as a player who could have hit 40 home runs. He was a good power hitter. His stint in Arizona was not long, but I think he hit maybe 28 or something that year. Paul Goldschmidt also, people guess. Paul Goldschmidt never hit 40 home runs. Never had a 40 home run season. I was at that magical game when Kubel hit 3 bombs. Yeah, I think I do. I think I do remember Jason Kubel hitting 3 homers in a game. JD Martinez. That was such a memorable few months of Diamondbacks baseball that I think any fan.
Oh, got him. There's 2 for you, Damon.
Hell yeah.
It was a nice pitch.
Come on.
That had a lot of movement on it.
Yeah.
Whew, that's good.
Yeah, that sinker has some nice arm side run to it.
Let's get him some run support here, fellas.
Oh, he hit
shall
30.
we?
Okay. The Kubel Libre. Do you know what this is about, Derek? Still have the mask from the giveaway. Oh, wow.
Is that the Lucha Libre mask?
I guess so.
I also have that. That's in the Studio B right now. That's where that lives.
I wish I had an Orlando Hudson jersey. That's a regret of mine.
That's fair. Eric Burns, maybe?
That would be fire.
Gonzo hit 40 that one year he did steroids. Oh,
I believe
my.
he hit 50 plus. Didn't
Oh,
he
he
not?
Yeah,
hit
56.
57,
Yeah,
if I'm
57,
not mistaken.
56.
So I have a story about that. I was at the Sunday Padres game that we played when we played them in that home series, kind of early in the season, and some guy was chanting steroids. And when I say some guy, it was me and my friends at Tatis in the right field bleachers, and this Padres fan was like, Luis Gonzalez hit 56 home runs in 2001, completely steroid free. And it's like, yeah, buddy, We won a fucking championship out of it. You've won nothing in your entire history as an organization. Like, you're not going to get me triggered about Gonzo using roids when we literally won it all, you know? It's hard to get me mad about that.
I don't think there's actually any evidence of that.
Well, there isn't, but it's
Other than
it
that, he
seems
did.
Then he hit a
fairly
lot
clear.
of
He did
home
hit
runs.
57 home runs when he didn't have more than
Well, Mac Jersey would be
31 in
cool.
any other season in his
Yes.
career. But
Yeah, I think it's pretty evident, but that's it also is like, who cares?
There's other people who have actual trails, though, of some kind. It's the same reason why Barry Bonds never tested positive, but still, it's just kind of a foregone conclusion. But that's based on that other stuff on that laboratory in Florida and stuff. You know, I mean, there's actually some people. It's kind of weird, though, because every once in a while someone does go off for an insane number of home runs in a season, and everybody, like, it doesn't get tossed around. But it did happen the same year that he just so happened to be part of that home run chase. Like, he was part of that home run chase that year. His name was being brought up as one of the 3 top home run hitters in baseball. And when they were on that watch to see who would get more than, you know, who would cross that 60 home run threshold plus, you know, his name was up there all the time. As an Arizona Diamondbacks fan, it was just great to see one of your guys being recognized nationally like that. Like, he was talked about on SportsCenter almost every single night. It was a fun season.
tough break there for one Marvin Hudson behind home plate.
Yeah.
The mass knocked off a little bit there.
Joe says he never hit a home run while doing steroids. Maybe you didn't do the right kind. I don't know. I also have never hit a home run on drugs of any kind. So
This is not. I don't love what I'm seeing from the Diamondbacks offense right now, Derek.
I know.
Cattell swung at a first pitch changeup that was not a strike and grounded out. And then
Tochi's gonna come stand in the spot.
Corbin fouled off
Walker's
that pitch and then flew out on a changeup that was a pretty decent pitch. And now Christian Walker's up there. He only has 48 pitches.
Yeah. Yeah. However, Zach Davies is at 60 pitches himself after 4 innings, so it's quite the pitcher's duel here on this afternoon game where nobody wants to hit, really.
Hmm.
Though the Diamondbacks only have 1 hit, which really not great.
D-backs batting like me in the show right now.
Can relate.
Hitting in that game is very difficult.
Oh
it is
God.
not. It is not easy.
And
especially when you're not on rookie, Derek.
What's
it's amazing
wild is,
how much more difficult
I'm not on
things get.
rookie, Jesse. I'm not on rookie, and that's what makes it not fun to play. There's not enough of a slight change in between those 2 levels, right? It goes from me scoring 19 runs in a game to me getting no hit, right? Like, there's needs to be an in between there somewhere, in between those 2 levels. That's how I feel.
The D-backs expected batting average in this game is .088.
Awesome.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, they haven't really hit like anything hard in this game.
Christian Walker probably I don't even know how hard. I don't think
His single was
very-
80 off the bat.
It wasn't very hard.
Lourdes' flyout was 95.7 off the bat. I think that's their hardest hit ball in this game.
Oof. I'm surprised you didn't get that call. Because you're standing there.
I feel like Jesse doesn't believe.
Walker's making him work right now.
There's not a
which is-
single part of me that believes in the magic.
But
Not even a little bit.
But he is deep down inside concerned that our watch-alongs are costing the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I
games.
do have some pretty serious. Yeah, I feel like we need to. Maybe we take next week off or something.
Just
and
see what
just See what
happens.
happens.
See if they can get a sweep. See if they can do some things. I mean, I like the spirit. I'm with you in spirit. Nice long at bat for Christian Walker, though. That's what we kind of need right now. Seabold is dealing, so Wear him out. Get him out of this damn game.
In my MLB 23 career, I've got the power and contact sliders maxed out, and it's still challenging at some points. But I love having over 60 home runs by the middle of June.
See,
That's great. That's the way to play that game.
I'm telling
You're really
you.
having a great time.
Why should I play a video game to struggle? I don't want to be like an 8th hitter in the lineup.
He
you
got
know?
it. Christian Walker missed a 3-2 slider there. They've had a few pitches that were not in great spots, and
8 pitch at bat so far. Love it. Love it.
at least
Love
you're getting
it.
the pitch count up a little
That's
bit,
what I'm
but
saying.
it's still not that. I mean, it's still not high. 56.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Walker, single, double, triple Walker. He hits dingers. Christian Walker having a day. He's 2
That
for
was
2.
a serious jam shot. If he
Look
if
at
he had
Merrill
gotten
Kelly.
They just hit their second hit of the game. Just
Can you deny the magic of Totri standing in the spot now or no?
Derek, give the watch long crew some guns.
Bang. Bang. I'm going to give him 2
So
for the
people can
per
see.
base.
came off the bat,
Per
I thought that
base.
shit was gone.
yeah,
It kind
it's
of did.
pretty much impossible to get your barrel around on a pitch that's that far inside. But
I've
it
seen
did.
it, though.
It did. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not impossible.
Adrian Beltre on a knee.
Yeah. Right. Only if he got down on one knee after it was
Oh.
over.
Ooh, I like my chances.
Oh.
I like my chances.
Totri is over here warming things up.
Lourdes had a really good at bat his first time up. I think he's the guy you probably want up in this spot. Wow. Fernando Tatis had a heck of a day.
Yeah, he did.
Tatis is one of the primary threats to Lourdes and Corbin Carroll in the All-Star game discussion. Tatis goes on a little run as he appears to be doing. Those numbers can jump quickly.
I will riot and burn the All-Star game to the ground if Corbin Carroll doesn't make it. That's a threat.
Yeah, if his numbers stay around where they are now, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
What if they're like Phoenix?
Got a pretty good pitch to hit, but just a one hopper to the
Jesse doesn't
shortstop.
believe in magic. Hey,
It's all my fault.
be a kid again, Jesse.
Connor Siebold's got a nice little thing going here, Derek.
He does.
You don't hate what you've seen from Zach Davies, but
No.
don't necessarily love it either. Should give a shout out to our friend Jake Anderson over from Arizona Sports,
Oh,
who has announced
yeah.
that he has departed Arizona Sports.
Man, that stinks. I love Jake.
No longer to be seen in the Diamondbacks press box.
He will still be covering Rising, which is great. And we really like Jake, so I wish him the best in his future endeavors.
Joe says, hard to believe Sean DePaz is going to the CU podcast. What a crime.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
That's an
Sean
interesting
DePaz
hypothesis.
is a traitor. BTN. Speaking of Sean DePaz, I'm going to tag him in if he can come in so that I can just abandon this watch along right now. and go do another show. That's the way things work around here, Jesse.
I
I've been
still
invited
can't believe
to
you're
do
doing
another
this. I
podcast.
still cannot believe you're
He's
doing this.
so what's that? No, that's fine. I'm gonna go talk about Ted Lasso now, and I'm gonna let Sean step in. Don't mind the fact that his official nickname is Sean DeLoss, but Sean's coming in. Let's go, Sean. Sean DeLoss, let's go.
Clearly, bringing in Sean DeLoss is clearly the way to change the Diamondbacks' fortunes here, right?
Okay.
All right. Topic number 1.
Topic number 1. People are speaking of my name improperly. I have not committed to the CU Buffs podcast yet. I just released my Final Four, so we'll see what that has in hold. But I have not committed to the CU Buffs podcast.
Have they expressed interest?
Yes, there's been an official offer. I have a few official offers. My Final Four.
Okay.
The Steel Cage Pod, a little pro wrestling talk.
Oh, there you go.
Later Rivals Pod, friend of the Coyotes podcast who hosts a Duck Pod. Well, they're friends of the Coyotes podcast. It's a Anaheim Ducks podcast. CU Buffs and DNVR Rapids.
Oh, wow.
Pids.
They offered up the Pids. So we'll see.
Big Pids guy?
Probably a decision coming soon. I would say the next 48 hours probably. Have a decision.
Is this a judgment day for you too, Sean?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right.
So what's going on here?
Well, Zach Davies is kind of moseying his way along. I wouldn't say he's necessarily looked particularly good. I guess it's maybe more that the Rockies' offense is not particularly good. It has gotten him this far. But we do have a runner at first here with nobody out to start this 5th inning.
Sean also took my parlay.
I did.
And we probably need a strikeout this inning.
Yeah. What is he at right now? Do you know?
2, I believe.
We I would definitely take a strikeout.
Oh, you're
Now.
you're in on Damon's parlay too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have the other ones hit? Do we have Perdomo?
No, we're not. We're not
Yeah,
looking.
you
No,
guys
we're
are
not looking good at
not.
all.
Things are not looking good.
D-backs didn't show up today,
Hey,
Sean.
it's day game. They ain't got out of bed. We should have known.
Yeah, that's on us.
That's completely on us. I don't know why I tricked myself in being like, oh, we have a watch along. Let's bet on the D-backs. When I should have been, I have a watch along, so I should bet on the Rockies and emotionally hedge.
Wow, Sean's number 1 fan is what I'm trying
All
to say.
tags. I appreciate that, bro.
I'm Sean's number 1 hater.
Whoa. Yeah, true.
There's a sizable group on each side.
Very
you
true.
know,
Polarizing guy.
Well,
yeah, he's very polarized.
I don't know.
Nobody's just met.
I don't know how
on
many
Sean,
fans I
you
have,
know?
but there's definitely a lot of haters. That's for damn sure.
They all live in Kansas City.
Why would you try that? Oh, man. I thought.
Gabby
looked like he was
Moreno is
way in
not.
time.
Gabby Moreno is not behind home plate today. Jose Herrera's been pretty decent too.
I thought at first he gunned him easy. Oh, do the laces count? Because that lace grazed his jersey.
Yeah,
I believe laces do count.
That's a bad angle.
yeah,
But
that is a tough angle. But
I think he might have got him.
Kind of looks worth reviewing.
Because I feel like the throw got in there really early.
Yeah, it was a little high. If that throw is lower, then
I think he
it's
got him.
easy. But I also do kind of think they got him. The D-backs are indeed challenging.
I think, yeah, he's out.
I think he's out.
I think
yeah.
even without the laces, I think he got like a full tag on him before he got to the
Yeah, he looks out.
bag. Yeah, I don't know. I think they might have been talking about this on broadcast. Why did he? It seemed unnecessary for Cattell to come that far in front of the bag, and it almost cost him.
Yeah, I think that is also a fair point.
Really like it out here. Davies can focus on the batter. Get this last K.
That was an incredibly late swing. Did you see how late that swing was?
I wasn't even
It
paying
was
attention.
like he was not at all.
It was more swinging just to get in the way.
Is not at all trying to actually make contact. Yeah, that looks like one that should be pretty quick.
The lace is hit. He's out, in my opinion.
It is. Yeah, you need like a really close-up shot of the threads, but
I think the one the shot coming from like left field is the verdict.
Wow.
I don't like that. It stands not confirmed, so obviously they weren't sure, but
Yeah. If the call on the field is out there, then I'm sure that would have stood as well.
Yeah.
Well, that seemed like the wrong call.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was out, but
it was not a great tag by Cattell.
Yeah.
So now you got a runner at second with nobody out, and Ezekiel Tovar at the plate.
I just need a strike here.
Let's punch him.
Why not?
You guys just want your
No,
third
Jesse,
strikeout,
it's just
right?
Well, I just want the out. I want the
the
D-backs to
health
get
of
one.
the Diamondbacks organization.
Of course.
And I'm thinking rally next inning started by Perdomo. Who's with me?
Hey, why not?
Not for any
Continued by
particular
Cattell.
reason.
Yikes.
Oh, come on. He's hurt now. Just get this K. Get back to the bench. They got ice over there.
You big Ted Lasso guy too, Sean?
Huge Ted Lasso guy.
The very small bit that I saw was pretty great.
Yeah.
I have to if I was actually the type of person to watch TV shows, that's the TV show that I would probably watch right now.
It was a very good one.
There's your called third strike.
Bang! Punch him.
3 strikeouts. What time on the dot? It is 1:52.
That was a really nice
That's
pitch.
paint.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice backdoor sinker there from Zach Davies.
Paint. Who's next? Oh, give it to him, Blue.
I don't know. I feel like Herrera could have made a better framing effort there. I've been seeing a lot of I don't know why it keeps coming up on my TikTok, but Acuna, the highlight of when Acuna in his rookie year, like kind of just stood there in the box because he was going to get walked, and then the ump called a strike that was like a foot above the strike zone, and so Acuna then just hit an absolute bomb on the next pitch. It was cool. I also saw a video I had never seen before. Back at Fernando Rodney, he was pitching against the Angels. It was the 8th inning, and he struck out, or he got Mike Trout to pop out, and then he hit him with the bow and arrow in the 8th inning. Game wasn't over yet.
Wow.
And then in the bottom of the 9th, order comes back around eventually, or maybe it was the top of the 9th. Pujols hits a RBI double to bring in Mike Trout, nonetheless.
Wow.
And both of them look at each other, and Roddy's still on the mound, and hit him with the bow and arrow at the same time. It was one of the coldest things I've ever seen happen in baseball, because he deserved it. You know what? You're pulling the bow and arrow on
Pujols and Trout?
Yeah. I gotta find it. Pulling the bow and arrow on
I didn't remember that.
Mike Trout in the top of the 8th. What are we doing here?
I don't. That's interesting to me. I wouldn't have thought that Trout and Pujols were the kind of guys to do that.
I didn't. I was very shocked by it. I don't know if I saved it or if I just. Yeah, I think I just liked it. I'll have to search for it, but it was very cold. It went very hard.
Well, you got 2 outs here, Sean. Davies has a real chance to get out of this thing without that guy scoring.
Oh my God! For a split second
Could
there,
you
I
imagine?
thought.
Could you imagine if
I thought
you
he.
thought
I
Trey
thought
Turner
he. That was almost worse than Trey Turner. Like
Was it?
No, it wasn't. But
Wasn't Trey Turner not the next pitch?
I think it was just that. It might have been the next pitch. I thought it was just that at bat, but it might have been the next pitch.
I think it was just the at bat.
That would have been insane. For a split second, I thought he just went.
In my defense, all I said was that he has a shot to do it, which is that's not like a jinxing kind of a statement, I don't think. Like, he's got a chance to do it? Like,
is.
really?
Acknowledging
What?
it. Acknowledging it is kind of.
Acknowledging the possibility of
Yeah,
something is
it'd
the
be like
same
you
as
can't,
jinxing
because like
it?
if you were like he might get a no-hitter here, no one would be like, oh, but he said it, he just acknowledged the possibility. He didn't say he was gonna.
Well, no hitters are obviously
but I'm
different.
just
No
saying.
hitters are people are more uptight about jinxing no hitters than they are about jinxing basically anything else.
Fair enough.
Which I've learned the hard way. You just if someone's throwing a no hitter, I don't tweet, I don't talk to anyone. I basically just
You can't acknowledge anything.
yeah, you can't. You just can't in the press box. We all just go silent. That was a nice job there by Zach Davies, though. Got Josh Rojas, Geraldo Perdomo, and Jake McCarthy due up here in the 5th inning. Josh Rojas did not have a great month of May, Sean. Things were pretty rough for one.
That
Josh
was
Rojas.
really putting it lightly, wasn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, that was
Didn't have
that
a
was
great
that
month
was
of
a
May.
bit of an understatement. Yeah. In the month of May, Josh Rojas hit 169 with a 267 slugging percentage and a 231 or 267 on base percentage, 231 slugging percentage. It's a 498 OPS.
Okay. Hey, we'll
So
see.
how is that not a jinx?
That's more of a prediction. He's not saying like
Okay.
because you. I don't know. I'll have to think about. There is
I
a
always-
different.
Like, so if he had come up and said this might be the inning that the Diamondbacks take the lead, that would have been worse
I
than
don't-
him saying it was going to
no,
happen.
I don't think you can jinx like predicting that positive things are going.
Okay.
There's a.
All right.
You understand?
Man.
Oh, I really thought for a second. I wasn't even paying attention. I looked over and Damon's got his hand up. I'm like, oh,
I thought he did it.
that would have been. It would have been. Ooh. And Skeletor here saying, home run from that would have
That
been.
was a really good play.
That would have been freaky.
A lot of ground.
Yeah, he kind of started a little slow,
Yeah.
actually. I think it probably should have been
A little more
a
routine.
little
yeah.
easier.
Their
than it
trots almost
was.
made me think it was like, oh, it was in the pool. At first, at least.
Yeah, Josh Rojas has not hit a home run this season. It is now June 1st. Wow, it's June 1st. That's
many
the
did you
first
have
time I
last year?
acknowledged that today.
Yeah, yeah.
How
Hey,
many
you
do you
know
have
what would be
last
nice
year?
Home run. Why not? Bomb? Who says no? Who says no?
Geraldo
I
Perdomo?
will love it, and I think I deserve.
I think you deserve it. Has he always been wearing no gloves? Like, I feel like I just noticed that a couple,
I think
week ago. Like a week
It
or two
has
ago.
been a significant amount of time.
Yeah,
I'm
I think he
pretty
changes it sometimes.
Yeah, I did not notice exactly when that started becoming a thing, but it's not new like today.
No,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
like
But
that
it's
for
like
a while.
this season though,
Yeah,
right? Like
that
he didn't
might-
start
that
this
might
season
be
barehanded,
true.
did he? I'll have to go investigate.
Yeah,
Wait.
I would have to go. I would have to go back, but that would not surprise me.
I just feel like you always notice it. I feel like it's very rare to see somebody this dripped down as much as Perdomo is, but then go no gloves.
Yeah,
Like usually the no gloves guys are like super simple, no protectors, no sleeves.
Yeah,
like I
no
think it's Sean Tucker.
sleeves.
Or
You
not
know-
Sean Tucker.
You know what the no gloves guys
yeah,
have
Tucker.
a lot? The big elbow sleeve. I feel like no gloves, big elbow sleeve guy is like a
well,
an
then
Evan
there's like
Gaddis
the
type
well, no,
thing.
but didn't Evan Gaddis have nothing? What did he just like
Was
fucking?
he nothing?
I don't remember
I
now.
thought he had a big elbow sleeve.
He might have. But yeah, regardless, yeah, like usually you don't have guys with like neon gear and compression sleeves and wristbands and stuff going no gloves.
yeah. That Rojas fly ball actually only had a 190 xBA, so it was just kind of a. The only reason it was close is because he kind of hit in the perfect spot of the ballpark. But you get a base runner
Hey.
here with Geraldo Perdomo. Something the D-backs have not had many of in this game.
Yeah, very much looking forward to some of the other opponents the D-backs have this month.
It's a big series this weekend.
Big series this weekend, and they end the end of the month with hosting Tampa, or their last home series, I guess, of the month at least is Tampa, which, as a baseball fan, I hope we get to see Shane McCallahan. As a
Sure.
D-backs fan, I hope we don't.
Well, the D-backs will get one Spencer Strider this weekend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not Strider against Zach Gallen.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been really incredible.
But that seems like it would have been wasted this early in the year. That needs to be like a August, like this decides the Cy Young, more or less, late August, early September type thing.
Sure. Alex says this will determine if sweeps are impossible. After today.
Don't they have some weak opponents this month too? Who do they play?
Yeah, their June schedule is more difficult than May, but it's still not actually that crazy.
I feel like it's very bookended. Like, obviously, you got
Yeah.
Braves at the beginning and then the Rays at the end, but
after the Braves series, the D-backs go to DC and Detroit, which is
and then they host Philly and Cleveland, right?
right, and neither of those teams are really playing all that well
Yeah.
either. It was like at the beginning of the year, you looked at this month, and it was like, all right, it's pretty good. Like, you got the Phillies, the Guardians, the Braves, the Rays, but the Guardians have really struggled this year, and the Phillies have not really been the same. So,
I mean, if you play in the Central Division, you probably just kind of suck at baseball. Insert league.
yeah, it's sort of at the point where it's like, yeah, the D-backs are playing this easy schedule of late, but when you look at the landscape of the National League, they're just
Everyone's kind of playing.
yeah,
easy
it's
schedule.
like, who are you actually afraid of right now in the National League?
The Braves and your division, more or less.
The Braves and the Dodgers and the Giants have played pretty well
Yeah,
lately.
and I mean,
they're still not that great of
the
a team,
Padres.
but
The Padres seem like the Phillies last year, where it's like, hey, we're going to be at the end of the year. They're going to be in the World Series. They're going to be like, oh man, remember how bad they were at the beginning of the year?
yeah.
I think it was the other day, Jesse, we were talking about on the show how like all the big money teams in the National League, other than like the Dodgers and Braves, are kind of below expectations. The Mets,
I mean, the Mets.
Cardinals, Phillies, Padres.
Say this again?
That like other than the Dodgers and Braves, the highest spenders in the National League are underperforming.
Oh, yes.
I mean, but
yeah.
the Cubs last in the Central, and
They're last now.
they're tied with the Cards. They're both only 4.5 games back of the.
Is it Herrera?
It's impressive
Oh,
there.
Jay
Brewers,
It was an impressive job by Perdomo going first to third on that. We got and Jake McCarthy gets into second base as well.
Jake is so back, man.
Jesse, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yeah, it does appear that.
What
Jake
is
back.
what is your question, Jacob?
So Mike, Luke, and I are arguing right now over text, and he's gonna take to Twitter about this.
Uh-oh.
Is an all '90s baseball team smoking a modern day baseball team in a game?
Oh,
best
like,
player
come
each
on.
position? So, I mean,
An all 90s baseball team?
Yeah. So let me read you his. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna read
Like the best
like the best players in the '90s were the
The
best
best-
players
let me
of this
read you the
of the
lineups that I put
2000.
together, and you may or may not agree with some of the guys that I threw.
Yeah,
on
there's
this.
some conversations to be had.
for sure.
Shortstop
because-
is very interesting. The
Yeah.
middle infield is very interesting.
So Mike's team was Bonds, Griffey, and Vlad were the outfielders. Okay,
Okay.
and then his infield was A-Rod, Jeter, Alomar, Frank Thomas, and Pudge.
Which I would like to state that if you want the best shortstop of the '90s, you put Nomar Garciaparra over
Derek
Derek
Jeter.
Jeter, but that's just a statistical fact. His peak was better than Jeter's.
I would probably agree with that.
Okay, and so my starting lineup.
Pudge is catcher,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Pudge is
Either way,
catcher.
yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty good. Like
It
you're
is.
not going to come with a lineup that's way better than that.
No, I don't
But
think they're
his
way
argument
better.
is that can you come with an argument like is his argument is that his is way better than
Yeah,
one of-
he said 90s is smoking them.
90s is smoking like
Modern day.
the modern
smoking
day.
a
So the
team with
modern,
an
the modern
outfield
day team that I put together was
of
Trout, Judge, and Betts.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the infield was
Lourdes is
Arenado.
not in the outfield. Come on, Jacob.
The infielder was the infielders were Arenado, Bogarts, Altuve, Goldie, and Posey, but I might interchange Freddie Freeman for Paul Goldschmidt.
I probably wouldn't.
The
I probably wouldn't
shortstop
do that.
was a conversation we were having.
Yeah,
And second
Bo-
base a little bit, but
Altuve, I think, is the best second
Yeah, I
baseman
would
in the
agree.
last decade.
shortstop, like I feel like over the last
Who
decade
did
there
you
was
say at shortstop?
Xander.
Bogarts. It's either him or
Bogarts,
Francisco
interesting.
Lindor to me.
Well, we also talked about Trey because like
We
I mean,
did because
right
he
now,
had an all-time year last year, but
Yeah.
Trey overall, I think is significantly behind a couple guys.
I would probably agree.
Bogarts, huh?
His numbers are really, really good. Sean actually opened my eyes to this.
Bogarts has a career 116 OPS plus. That's good, but it's not that good.
But I mean, compared to the other shortstops, it's like
yeah, like there haven't
and also
been any
I mean, we're kind of
that,
doing this off the head too.
Yeah,
there have not been any that. Let's see, Lindor is it also 116? They're literally exactly the same. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean that was the conversation for a while in the AL.
what about Corey Seager?
I forgot about him. I didn't even think about him.
I mean, he's kind of been hurt a lot, but 129. Not the defender that those other guys are.
No, and
Also, I don't want a
defense
Dodger.
definitely factored into mine.
Yeah.
The catcher conversation.
You have Buster
Posey?
Posey.
I have Posey over
Yeah.
Yachty because the offensive numbers were significantly better. I think,
Yeah,
for
I
both
I
sides.
feel
would-
like
I would
Posey's
agree with
defense
that.
was good enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, here's an interesting conversation that I was talking about. I don't think Shohei Ohtani makes this team anywhere. I don't think he has a place on it.
Yeah,
Is he the best? Is he the best hitter? Is it, out of you, obviously take away all the guys that were on
No,
that?
from a
Are you not
DH
putting
standpoint,
Big
it's hard
Poppy
to
over
argue
him?
against Nelson Cruz.
Nelson
because
Cruz
the man
over him?
has missiles for
But I
days.
mean, and also realistically,
Yeah.
you're just taking any hitter. It doesn't have to be someone who played. I mean, if you want to do it that way, you can. But if you're just taking any hitter from the last 15 years or whatever we're doing, like
Yeah, Shohei is probably not like the best. Like if you can pick
Sure,
literally anyone,
exactly.
incredible.
like
Well,
obviously
I'm
his
gonna sit down
value
over
is
here.
incredible, and if you're making a team, but
So let's keep going here
Can
before
we?
you make your judgments.
Can I interrupt you for
Sure.
a second? The Diamondbacks had second
Whoa.
and third one out,
Pavin
and,
just got ejected?
and Pavin Smith just got ejected, and the Diamondbacks did not score a run in that inning, which was tough.
Unfortunate.
And
I'm
it
glad we were
looks
talking
like
about-
the pitch that Pavin Smith was called out on strikes was actually a strike. So maybe just some. I guess the one before it was maybe not.
well,
It's
that's
sort of on
that's
the edge.
so borderline. That's not something you argue.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty tough. Jose Herrera was at the plate with second and third one out, which unfortunately, not
You don't feel
exactly
too
the
good
guy
about
you
that.
want in that spot. And then yeah, it was all on Pavin to get him in. That's really tough. D-backs have been shut out through 5 innings so far. Anyway, continue, Jacob.
Okay, so let's go with the.
Yeah, I don't know if
pitching
Pavin was.
staffs.
I don't know if Pavin was ejected. I think it might have been. It might have been Torrey.
You think so?
But yes, okay. Pitching staffs. What do we got?
Pitching staff is probably he said RJ, Roger Clemens, Greg Maddux, and Pedro were his top 4.
Yeah, I think the pitching staff in the '90s probably smokes ours. to be
I
quite
said
honest, 'cause
I said
Pedro is-
Scherzer, Kershaw, Verlander, and DeGrom.
I mean, Chris Sale, prime Chris Sale.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
think-
not taking Chris Sale over
Yeah.
those 4 guys.
I don't know. I don't think you can. Yeah. Prime Chris Sale was incredible.
He was.
I did love watching me some prime Chris Sale.
Scherzer, Kershaw, Verlander, and DeGrom. And he said the only 2 players on this team that are better than their respective counterparts were Judge and Altuve.
It's not true. Mookie Betts is better than every outfielder he listed.
Sean's Red Sox bias clearly is not showing.
Mookie
through in
Betts
this
was at one
conversation.
point the best player in the league.
Which year would
No,
you
I mean
say
I'm being
Mookie
dramatic. I don't
Betts
think
was
he's
the
better.
best
I don't
player
think
in
he's
the
better
league?
than Ken Griffey. I think what was this last year with the Sox? The year before with the Sox?
He did. I do remember just an absolutely insane. Yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
He had a 186. Yeah, that year was
His peak was crazy.
pretty incredible.
Personally, I think the lineup for the 90s is better. The pitching staff of current days is a lot better.
It's an interesting debate. Right now he has it on Twitter. It's at 17 votes, and the 90s team is up 90% to 10.
Okay, but his
his Twitter following is all
his
90-year-olds from
80-year-olds,
Tucson.
who did he have it first?
Frank
right?
Thomas.
I don't know. I like the speed of this game, or I don't know. I'm always gonna favor the modern game over.
It's hard to compare one era to another because
because one of Mike's arguments was well, our pitchers don't go late in games anymore. I'm like, okay, yeah, but our starting pitcher goes 7 innings. You're going to have someone come out of the bullpen that's throwing 105 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And none of these people from the 90s have ever seen before.
Right.
So, prime Aroldis Chapman, for example, would be blowing fastballs past people in the bottom of the ninth.
Right.
And like I don't know what the 90s team would do with that.
Yeah, it's harder to make a case that like today's hitters are better than those
that's
hitters.
fair. Yeah.
But yeah, from a pitching perspective, it makes it hard to compare because it's like how would those hitters have performed if they were actually facing the level of stuff that we have?
And I think
now.
you have better athletes now, so you would get better defense.
People have a hard time looking past stats, right? And so when you put together a group of all-timers from the 90s or whatever, like their careers are finished, so they're at least 6 or 7 more seasons than a lot of the guys on the other list, right? It just is. I think his list is going to win only because people have a bias toward finished stats.
Yeah, I mean that part's true, and I mean like you're the names you're putting on there. It's the kid. It's Barry Bonds. Like I mean, Nolan Arenado does not have that kind of clout.
No, but one day he could.
I don't think so. I mean, no, he can't. Ken Griffey Jr. is like everyone's favorite player, and Barry Bonds is the home run leader. Nolan Arenado is never going to be either of those things.
No, yeah, I would agree with that. So it looks like Jeff Bannister was actually the guy who was ejected.
Not
interesting.
Tortorella or Pavin Smith, and the Rockies have themselves a leadoff double by Ryan McMahon.
Anyways, that was just the debate that I was in.
That's interesting. I'd have to look at the numbers a little bit more closely to
That could be a fun off-season show.
come up with what my I don't see any big mistakes in the rosters that you guys came up with.
It's tough because if you're trying to win one game or a series and you're taking players based off their peak, a lot of these things are going to be different because
That's true.
Again,
Peak is different.
You think about some players have had one peak where it's you never would have thought of them in that conversation, but then they had one year that was insane.
And then also don't forget the steroid era inflated all of their stats.
But Sandy Alcantara's season last year, if we're taking players at their peak, then you start having conversations like that. So then it gets real weird.
And he was trying to argue that Barry Bonds was in the 500 club before he started taking steroids, and I just highly disagree.
Well, I am of the opinion that Barry Bonds had a Hall of Fame career in the first 10 years of his career.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. You have to understand if you're trying to choose some of these guys, they played in the steroid era of baseball.
I have to see his stats based on based on the years, but I do think. Oh, you had over 3.5? Did I place that? I think I might have. I don't remember.
I didn't send it to you.
No, I know, but I had taken some before.
We saw the high four-seamer there that we talked about earlier. That's how we got that strikeout.
I think I had seen somewhere that the Rockies have as a team have a 250 XBA on sinkers or something like that, or I don't remember exact stat, but it was about how they obviously they hit Davey's best pitch really well. Or main pitch really well.
Anyways, I'm gonna give up my headset, but just wanted to float that by you.
That was fun.
Thanks, Jacob.
Just you didn't choose a winning squad though.
I didn't choose a winning squad.
No, you didn't say which one you thought was better.
Oh, overall.
Yeah.
Man, it is tough. I would probably side with the '90s team, but it's really close.
Yeah.
I don't feel strongly one way or another. It's just it's hard to compare. There's no way to perfectly compare them.
It's also funny because you drop somebody like Corbin in the '90s, and it's he would be such a weird player at a time like that. And it's obviously
Ichiro.
Well, yeah, baseball's obviously a little different, but you think I think about different things where it's if you drop Steph Curry in the '80s, then dudes are just not going to know what to do with a person like that. So it doesn't even almost matter if he's actually better than them. It's just going to be so different that it would cause matchup problems. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it's a little different in baseball, obviously, but I always think about things like that. Jackie Bradley Jr. defensively, better than any of the guys that they have in the '90s. Probably better than any of the guys that we have on the modern team too, defensively. But
peak Jackie Bradley Jr.
Peak.
He could
Gold
go get
glove.
it. He could
Jackie
go get
Bradley
it.
Jr. Him playing center at Fenway was an unbelievable, spiritual experience.
So it's a 2-0 game here as the Ryan McMahon doubled, and then we have an RBI single.
I swear to God, if the D-backs plus 3.5 is somehow what ends that parlay, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach.
That'll hurt.
Yeah, we've done a lot of watch-alongs and series finales, and it's just not going well.
Did you have a similar problem last year with series finales?
Yeah, because last year we only did post-game shows after the last game of the series. This year we're doing one extra, usually on Tuesdays. And yeah, I swear there was like a 2-month span last season where I think the Diamondbacks won like one of their series finales. There's just something about, I mean, I guess maybe it's a day game thing.
Yeah.
I mean, series finales tend to be day games, so maybe that has to has some part to play in the situation. But
I would be interested. I want to look at their stats in day games. I'd be interested to see. I did take Zach Davies over on strikeouts straight, by the way.
There you go.
So, thank you.
We're in business, Sean.
I also have the over 9.5 in this game. So, thanks, guys.
Joe said it earlier in the chat, but getaway games, you got to take the under.
Yeah, that probably would have been the move. I'd really like the Diamondbacks. Oh, man, no. Oh, boy. Forgot I put a decent amount of money on the D-backs minus 1.5. That's tragic. Hate to see that.
It's not over.
Yeah, I know, but
it's only a 2-0 game. Yeah.
I need them to. Oh,
That was a real
that
shot.
works. That works. Oh, come on.
Yeah, actually.
How did we not get a double play out of that?
He was like halfway there.
So yesterday, this is fascinating because yesterday there was a similar situation where it was a very soft fly ball, just a little flare to Cattell with a runner at first, and Cattell tried to let it drop, and he messed it up and he clanked it, and the runner wound up. Both guys were on base, but he was trying to turn a soft line out into a double play, and in that situation, he clanks it. He was trying to make the catch, wasn't able to make the catch, and he could have had a double play, but he threw to first instead. So rough couple days for Cattell at second base. You don't necessarily hate him just going for the most short out, but in that instance, you could have the out at second by a mile. So
I would have. I mean, second you get him easily, and then you actually have a chance at double play, maybe, because they were never going to get a tag off there.
No,
and it's not worth
no
Christian Walker rocketing it into left center.
Yeah, they're not even really worth a throw in that situation.
But
and
if you had the force, maybe.
Yeah, yesterday the play that Cattell tried to turn into a double play, I don't think there was any way. It took too long for it to land, and by the time he threw to second, they wouldn't have gotten him back at first. Pretty nice outing overall, though, from Zach Davies. I mean, if this is kind of the guy that he can settle into being, 5 or 6 innings, couple of runs, that's sort of what you're looking for from him. Kyle Nelson will enter the game.
All right.
Connor Siebold at 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Just as everyone predicted. Am I allowed to say that the Diamondbacks have never been shut out this season? Did I just mess up again? Is that something I'm allowed to say?
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that seems unnecessary.
That seemed like that was just like.
Seems like you're trying to drink some.
Yeah, that was provocative. You were trying to get people upset about that one. You were like,
I feel like it's a fact that is very relevant to where we're at.
And you know when it would still be relevant? After the game.
Yeah, in the post game.
It would still be relevant after the game.
You know what? They had never been shut out until today. After they got shut out.
Maybe even put it in the description.
Yeah.
D-backs got shut out for first time
this
in
year.
2023.
After it's a sure thing.
Isn't like a reverse jinx also a thing though?
True.
Where like you speak it. You don't let it go silent. You speak it.
No.
No.
I'm a big reverse jinx guy.
That doesn't exist.
Jesse,
Okay.
big reverse jinx guy. But what you just did right now was
not it.
That was
not a reverse.
How would I have had to execute?
You have to say no chance the D-backs score a run in this game.
Yeah, like that's
no
a reverse
chance.
jinx.
This is the first shutout of the season right here.
Yeah.
if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, the D-backs are definitely not scoring.
Yeah,
more
not
than
happening.
2 runs.
There you go. There you go. All right. See, Sean fixed it.
Yeah,
now we're
that's
good.
how you do it.
That's how you reverse jinx. Same exact spot.
That's tough. Rockies are getting some kind of dinky hits to land in this game, and the D-backs have just not really had that happen. And it's a 3-0 game.
Benjamin, we're down 3. First off. Secondly, we're not conceding defeat. We're just getting mad at Jesse for jinxing it.
Right.
And I mean, also, like, it's not like the offense has given us a whole lot of reasons to think they're going to produce runs late in this game.
Yeah,
So
they have 3 hits, 1 walk, and just the one
last time they had
extra
any
base hit.
Had anybody in a dangerous position, they sold, and the coach got ejected.
Well, that hurts Davies' line a little bit. Now he's at 5 2/3 innings and 3 runs. So D-backs have some guys have not been great with inherited runners. Kyle Nelson, his ERA is pretty good, but I don't think he's been I think a little below average in trying to keep inherited runners from scoring. Looked I guess not a swing.
Good call. I'll take it. I mean, obviously not good for the D-backs, but I think it was a good call.
Yeah. So what makes Ted Lasso so great, Sean?
I just think it's really well written, and there's a lot of the characters are just interesting, and it's a good show. Plus, I love sports, I love soccer, so it's fascinating from that perspective. But it's just I don't know. I just think the characters are really good, and I just think it's really well written. I definitely think I think it's not a show that gets better as it goes along. I would say that the 3rd season was the worst season, but it was still.
It ended well though.
Yeah, I still think it Ted Lasso's worst season is still some of the best TV out there.
I thought it came together in the last few episodes really well. I
Yeah.
like the last 3 episodes. I thought the earlier parts of the season were not very good.
Yeah.
Are they still making them? They still coming out?
That's the great question, because originally, so I have a theory, and if you are have not seen the finale to Ted Lasso, I would probably mute and I'll wave my hands around when I'm done talking. What was I going to say? Oh, so yeah, originally they said there was only going to go 3 seasons. But recently, Jason Sudeikis was on some late night show, and he made 2 very important comments. One, he said that was decided before we realized the reception and all of that kind of stuff. B, A, and then B, he made note of how in the movie or in the show, the book that Ted is reading is always connected to the story somehow, right? What book? The title of the book that he is reading on the plane as he heads home is How to Change Your Mind. That's the title, which I think has a bunch of different things. And the way it ended was very they could continue this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They proposed a new soccer team. There's a whole relationship with his ex/current wife, ex-wife. Did he ever sign those papers? He did. Yeah, he did. That was the whole thing at the beginning of the season, the first season. That's a whole relationship they haven't explored. Roy is a manager. There's all this stuff. Okay, I'm done.
I'm with you. There's definitely some legs there still. People will definitely still watch it. Probably wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Gerald and I have talked about this.
I'd still watch it.
I would still watch it, but yeah, I think it would be like it'd be like if they did an Office reboot. I'd be like,
I'd watch it.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want it. I don't need it.
I'd go into it being like, that's not going to be as good, but
yeah,
I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
To Benjamin's point in the chat, this game is very far from over.
Yeah,
I think he was saying that about when we were reverse jinxing.
It looks like Cattell was about to slap bunt, or
I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was interesting. Cattell stepped forward in the box as the pitch came.
I guess it was a ball.
Rockies do actually have a pretty decent bullpen. That is one of their better
The
traits.
Rockies don't seem like they should be as bad as they are. I don't like, and I get, but their starting pitching's not great, but like I feel like
I don't know if I fully agree with that.
Well, okay.
They were pretty good in May coming into this series.
Yeah.
And these last few games I've just been kind of trying to figure out like how
were they so hot?
Yeah, I mean I guess it's just Elias Diaz and Ryan McMahon have just been like insane offensively lately, and they've had a few starters come in and actually be pretty decent.
Yeah, and I guess
the starters in this series have not been outside of Siebold.
I guess they're not really as bad as I think they. Yeah,
there's the Cattell sprint.
Oh, let's go Cattell.
And that continues Cattell's on base streak. It has reached 30 games.
Do walks count as bases?
They do not.
No,
That's
not total bases. No,
That's another one of those baseball stats that I disagree with.
Yeah.
Well, total
It's a
bases
base.
is total
It's a
bases
base.
is meant to. I mean, the intent
gained
of
a
total
base.
bases is for slugging percentage, and that would be a little weird if slugging percentage included walks. I think.
Yeah, but see, my thing is, I think those
You
should
need to
be
rename
different.
that stat.
Yeah, maybe you need to
rename that stat
rename
and
the
then create a
stat.
stat that's called total bases that includes walks
Yeah,
Because I think it's
that's
part
fair.
of the bases that you
and
gain
stolen
as a
bases.
player.
Yeah,
it is. That
I
is
think it
kind
should
of a
be
weird
each base
quirk.
that you have touched safely.
It's just like
I mean, would you do it for errors too? Like you reach on an error, is that a total base too?
In my opinion, it is, because a lot of times the way that you hit the ball put the defense in a tough position where they are making an error. So a lot of times, like, baseball's not, it's not linear like that, where like you're hitting a hard ground ball to third base, it comes up as an error, but in reality it was like a spin around throw for the third baseman that was a really tough play to make,
Sure.
And you put the guy in that position. That his bat has so much pop,
Dude.
even if it barely looked like he hit that.
Yeah, they're
That was a tough one.
D-backs aren't exactly hitting them where they ain't right now.
I hate Chase Field center field.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate it.
impossible.
I
We need
hate
a
it.
hill.
It's a black hole. Yeah, we need a hill.
We need a ball pit where
Yeah.
you jump and you rob a home run. And
Could you
fall into the
imagine?
ball
Could
pit.
you imagine if Vlad Guerrero Jr. when he ran into the Red Sox bullpen in the World Series, if that had just been a ball pit,
So
or
sick.
not junior, senior, obviously.
That would have been so sick.
It was a ball pit instead of a dugout or a bullpen.
Would have been an
awesome.
all-time highlight.
All-time highlight. Still one of my favorite things ever, sports moves ever, and it influenced my PlayStation Network and Xbox name for a while. It was the bullpen cop because of the iconic bullpen cop raising his hands when the home run was hit and Vlad flipped in. Oh, was it Vlad? Or no, it was Torrey Hunter, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was Torrey Hunter. I don't know why I said Vlad.
I used to love Torrey Hunter.
Same.
man.
Dude. It was a
Yeah,
dog.
Torrey Hunter was a
What a
pretty
fielder.
fun player. Yeah,
Yeah.
His center field. I don't know, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Yeah.
or Torrey Hunter. What
I
do you
mean,
got?
I
Sean?
watched a lot more Jackie Bradley Jr. and obviously I'm gonna be a little biased there, but I do genuinely think that Jackie Bradley Jr. is one of the greatest defensive center fielders of all time.
But let's respect Torrey Hunter.
No, absolute respect to Torrey Hunter. I love that man.
No, I mean, like, let's not even compare him to Jackie Bradley.
Oh,
Jr.
as baseball players? No, they are not in the same conversation.
I'm kind of disgusted personally that we even entertained this for 2 seconds.
As defensive center fielders, that's maybe a different conversation, but as baseball players, Jackie Bradley
We're
Jr.
talking about 9-time Gold Glove Award winner Torrey
How
Hunter.
many Gold Gloves does Jackie have?
Not
nine.
nine.
Not 9 now. Yeah, did Jackie ever hit like?
No, he was one of the worst hitters ever.
I guess 16. 2016, he was pretty good.
Well, he does have
One Gold
an
Glove.
AL postseason MVP.
49. Yeah, I guess like
ALCS MVP.
15
Yeah.
and 16. Jackie was actually all right offensively. He was more than a 5-WAR player in 2016.
He was good. He had a couple of years where he was like a very solid baseball player, but he also had a couple of years where it was like, is his defense good enough for him to really be here?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and he got sent out to AAA because I remember seeing him. Jackie Bradley Jr. has waved to me before because I remember seeing him play for the then Pawtucket Red Sox.
Best friends.
Best friends. No, my best friend is Brandon Workman, I think.
Don't even know his name.
Yeah, no, I had a conversation with him in the bullpen.
You
when he
guys
was sitting
are
in the bullpen
really
all the time.
best friends.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a pretty decent Dalton Varsho Jackie Bradley comp. Varsho's a pretty incredible defender too. Both bat left-handed, got a little power. Hit tool's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Draw some walks.
Hey.
There we go.
I'm gonna need to get Totri off this Sun Devil show. I'm staying in a spot.
Oh, we need Totri to stand in his spot. Is that what we need?
I don't know, 30 minutes into their show.
So 2 on, 1 out.
Hey, why not? Hey. I mean, I would argue that Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is due.
He has cooled off quite a bit in recent days. For those hoping that Lourdes would be the NL Player of the Month in May, it's close, but it doesn't really look like it's going to happen.
Who was he competing with?
Freddie Freeman had a pretty ridiculous May. Yeah, I think it really looks like it's going to be Freddie Freeman.
I love the arm sleeve. I like the gradient that he's got going on there.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
I don't know if this is a hot take. Maybe while I love their colors, I was looking at. I hate the Colorado Rockies logo / font. Not a fan of it.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. It's very old school looking.
Yeah. Purple
it's like it hasn't been touched.
Yeah,
in too
it
long.
looks very 90s, but that's kind of why I like it, to be honest. I like the mountain logo.
I do like the mountain logo. That's not bad. I just don't like the font really. I do think purple is the most underutilized color in sports. I love it.
Don't like that they're purple, and that's probably a decent reason why we're not purple anymore. That
I
pisses
believe
me
it.
off.
I believe it's a significant reason why
that
the
pisses
Diamondbacks
me
aren't
off a
purple.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
These teal uniforms are. I've always liked this home teal that they have.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind the teal. I like the teal. I just don't like teal and red. I just don't like how those colors work together. Like I wouldn't mind if they figured out a way.
Forced,
if they figured out a way to go black and teal and something else. I don't know what you would do there, or if you just went black and teal.
would be cool. Yeah, red and teal. It is a little. It's like they really wanted to bring back something from the early days, but they're like, we can't ditch the red. So what if we put these two colors together? And they just don't. They don't work together
What I don't
nearly as well
understand,
as
though,
purple and teal.
Am I crazy? Like, people act like the teal is the same teal as the early teal. It's not even close.
Yeah, it
like,
does feel like
it's a completely different color.
Oh my God! I really thought he just did that.
The Lourdes Gurriel
and he dropped it in left field. Oh, but it's in left field, so it's got to be it. Wow.
Let's go.
Hey, look.
2-run double.
What did I not say he was due?
You did.
I thought he went yard for a second.
That is exactly what you said, Sean.
I thought he went yard for a second.
Yeah, well, I saw Michael drop the "Oh my Lourdes" in the comments, and I was like, "All right, something's about to happen here."
0-2 count doing that. Love it.
See, and that's the difference between a jinx and just being positive. Just said Lourdes is due. Did I say he was? I didn't say anything.
So it really would have been different if you would have been like, the D-backs have a real chance here to like hit a 2-run double.
No.
Like, that's really that different.
Because I'm trying to figure out the way to explain this difference, but why? Okay, random sidebar. Why is the I don't know why I never noticed this. Why is the Diamondbacks logo that's behind home plate should be teal? Should be the teal A. Why is it still the gold one or the sand one? Just
wait, where?
Behind home plate on.
Like dbacks.com.
No, the logo on the field behind home plate, like it's painted onto the field, is still the sand.
Oh,
and so is the logo on their scorebook as well. But
yeah, interesting. Like the one in the on deck circle is the teal one.
Oh yeah. I don't know. And like in the back there, that one is the teal one that they have on the Father's Day sign. So, and their helmet is the teal one.
Josh Rojas is really fighting.
You want to talk about
right now.
Someone who was due?
Yeah,
Josh Rojas is due. First home run of the year right here would be pretty incredible.
We just need anything from him, man.
He's just seems very frustrated with himself every time he's up there, swinging at pitches way out of the zone, and then looking at the pitches that are in the zone, and he's all mixed up right now. Be really interesting when Kyle Lewis is ready to go, what decision the Diamondbacks make there. I mean, I guess they could just leave Kyle Lewis down if they wanted to. But the D-backs generally have a lot more trouble against lefties than they do against righties. So you're not necessarily saying like, oh, they don't
Yeah, that's because
don't
we play
need
Nick
right-handed
Ahmed
hitters.
against lefties, man.
The tricky thing with bringing up Kyle Lewis and not sending out a right-handed hitter is that you cannot play Lourdes, Rivera, and Kyle Lewis at the same time, really. And Longoria. That's the other name I'm forgetting. That's what does it.
Hey, on base. I'll take that from Ross.
There you go.
Oh, and look who's up. Look who it is.
The Risp King.
The
Is
Risp
that
King.
who we
We've
have
needed
here?
it more.
We've never needed it more.
Jerry supremacy.
So that's a big spot.
Dude, I'm so hungry right now. A cheeseburger sounds so good.
I'm also pretty hungry. What's the best? Like if you were to go get a burger right now, Sean, where would you go?
If I were going, well, see, that's tough. That's a loaded question because I'm a poor 24-year-old boy.
Have you ever had a
that's
Chuck
fair.
box, Sean?
No, I have not.
I have wanted to go there for
Yeah.
quite a while.
I've heard good
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I've heard
it's a
good
big
things.
ASU thing.
If
I was wondering.
Cash
Yeah.
only, from what I've heard.
yeah, but it's a Tempe thing, isn't it? Yeah, I never spent time in Tempe.
It's
yeah,
cash
in Tempe.
only?
Yeah, I think it is cash only.
That's good to
That's
know,
a vibe.
Jesse,
I
because
love
I would
that.
have not shown
Never
up with cash.
Shut up with cash. I
There
worked
you
at
go.
a hot dog stand, a hot dog milkshake burger stand in high school that was cash only, and they didn't have an ATM on site. So
yeah, you're just like blatantly turning people away.
no,
at that
literally, they
point.
would send people to the gas station at the corner to go get cash, and they would because
Oh.
the food was good. But
Yeah.
like it was just so funny. It was like the most archaic thing ever. If I were to go get a burger right now, if money were no object, I would probably either go. I'd probably go Shake Shack, but maybe
Shake Shack
Five
is really
Guys.
good.
Five Guys is just like I love Five Guys burgers. It's just like I don't know. There's just Five Guys has got so much on them that I feel like I got to be craving Five Guys specifically and not a cheeseburger.
Are we going fast food only?
I think probably, and I'm thinking just fast food.
Yeah.
Then I like Shake Shack a lot.
I would go Shake Shack, or there is a place down the street from me. I'm gonna kind of drop my low a little bit. I live on Indian School, and down the street, it's a decent ways down the street, so you're not gonna figure out where I live. There's like it's called the
Everyone right now,
Yeah,
Sean,
it's
is trying to
looking
figure it
for
out.
my
If you guys
Addy.
want to know where Sean lives, just DM me on
Yeah,
Twitter.
okay.
I'll
Yeah.
let
Have
you
you been to my
Damon
crib?
is
You haven't been to my
Damon
crib,
is
have you?
Damon is right
Come over
here.
sometime.
I know Damon's cross streets, so
It's true.
But there's a burger stand down the street on Indian School, like it's called the Arcadia Burger Shop or something like that, and it's like
Okay.
it's a fast food thing. It's this little thing that you would miss if you weren't looking for it, more or less. And
Smiley face. You
I
guys
just
see
kind of want
that?
to try it on what?
On Perdomo's eye black.
all right.
It
Now
was a good
I'm
view of
paying
it.
close attention. Hopefully they show it again. Ah,
Oh yeah, huh? I
yeah,
like that.
that is pretty funny.
He's him.
Yeah, no, but if I was just like I can't lie, like I am such a sucker for McDonald's. Like it is such a vice.
like a burger from
I
McDonald's.
crave McDonald's all the
Wow.
time.
Wow.
But
Sean,
again,
I'm so
eh,
disappointed
again,
in you
but
right now.
It's one of those things where, like, if I want a burger, I'm not going to McDonald's. I crave McDonald's. I don't crave a cheeseburger. And I'm like, where should I get a cheeseburger? I'm going to get one from McDonald's.
Fascinating.
So I love McDonald's, but it's McDonald's. Like when I go and get McDonald's, I order basically the same thing every time. I get two double cheeseburgers, two hot and spicy chicken sandwiches, and a large orange high C.
Sean is just a beast, man.
That's minimum.
4
That's at
sandwiches
minimum.
minimum.
That's minimum. A lot of times I'll
Wait, say this again?
So 2 double cheeseburgers.
Okay.
2 hot and spicy chicken sandwiches. If I'm going like again, if money's no object and I'm just at McDonald's, it's 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 hot and spicy chicken sandwiches, a large fry, a large orange high C, and if I really wanted to, I could throw down both an apple pie and a Oreo McFlurry. If I really wanted to. If I really wanted to.
Yeah,
You're just a savage.
Perdomo took a.
No. Are we still 1-0? Asked Derek.
You mind hopping in for me real quick, Derek? I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'm showing quite a bit of weakness today and actually taking a bathroom.
All right, Derek. Current topic of discussion.
Your wallet, by the way. It's my wallet.
Should we give everyone his address?
Yeah, let's
Where are
give
you getting a
everybody his
fast
credit
food
card
burger at,
numbers.
Derek?
What's that?
Where are you getting a fast food burger at?
Okay, what are we talking? What are we talking here, though? Is my question. Are we talking about like trash fast food? Are we talking about any fast food?
I was saying that I wanted a burger. Jesse asked me if where are you going to get a burger, and I was explaining that I was thinking of the fast food mindset. I was saying that if money was no object, I'm probably going to Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Maybe Five Guys.
Yeah.
But probably Shake Shack.
Yeah. Those are the two best burgers you can find, probably. I was watching Double or Nothing in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Center in a suite, and the food of choice in the suite as snacks was Shake Shack burgers. It was the greatest thing I've ever.
That sounds incredible.
It's the greatest thing I've ever experienced.
Amazing. It's just too expensive for how small the portions are.
Yeah.
I could eat 2 burgers, but I could go to McDonald's and buy 6 burgers for the price of 2 at Shake Shack. Probably more.
When I go to Shake Shack, I get the one that has the fried.
Oh yeah,
I
know exactly where you're going with
right?
this.
The fried. It has stuff with cheese and it's fried. It's incredible.
It is.
It's absolutely incredible. And that makes it substantial enough, I feel like, to be worth the price. Plus, where are you getting a stuffed mushroom cheeseburger with a stuffed fried mushroom on top?
It
right?
is pretty good. That's
you're just not getting that anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it. I love any place that's going to offer me a good half and half, like a good Arnold Palmer.
Oh yeah.
If you have Arnold Palmer on the menu, like you've got me. Shout out Chick-fil-A.
I am a cheeseburger guy.
Yeah,
I could eat cheeseburgers so often that it's
that's what I was saying.
Sickening.
I was explaining to Jesse that I also I'm a sucker for McDonald's, but McDonald's, like if I want a burger, I'm not going to. If I go to McDonald's, it's not because I want a burger; it's because I want McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm same with Taco Bell.
I'm a sucker for Wendy's in that same aspect.
Yeah,
I love Wendy's. Wendy's is my favorite. Like the fast food you can find anywhere and isn't very expensive. Like Wendy's is my go.
Like if we're talking classic fast food. Like cheap fast food, like Cane's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever. Yeah. Like I almost those things are almost never a substitute for a general craving. Like if I want chicken or I want a burger or I want a taco, I'm not going to any of those places.
Sure.
If I want Taco Bell, if I want McDonald's, I'll go.
I'm at a point now in life where there are a couple of things that, as much as I wish I could go out and grab them, and find them better, I feel like I make them better than other places.
Yeah,
do,
well, yeah.
right?
I'm not going to say that, but if I want Mexican food, I'm going Illegal Pete's or something like that. I'm going to an actual Mexican food place. I'm not going to Taco Bell.
Yeah, or Jack in the Box.
Because Taco Bell's not Mexican food; it's Taco Bell.
Very, very true. Like I'm a big teriyaki chicken guy, but I make a very good teriyaki sauce myself, and I just like the way that I make teriyaki chicken better. Yeah. Most places.
Same with breakfast. Like sometimes I'll crave a McGriddle.
Sure.
Or I'll or something like that.
Yeah.
But like I have not had it, and maybe I'm short. But I probably never will. Taco Bell.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm sure it's good, but again, it's one of those things where I'm not going there. They don't have breakfast burritos. Right. It's Taco Bell breakfast.
It's like Crunch Wrap.
Yeah, it's not like
that kind of
because
I'm gonna try Taco Bell breakfast, and I'm coming back with a review for you, Sean.
I want to. I'll do it. I'll try it.
Also,
bring me a breakfast Crunch Wrap.
I want a quote graphic of Derek that says "I'm a cheeseburger guy" on it, because that was a direct quote that he said.
No, it's an actual.
I want like a dramatic ass graphic.
With like a serious picture.
Yeah. I'm a cheeseburger
black and
guy.
white.
It's true.
I'm a cheeseburger guy.
One of the worst cheeseburgers I've ever had was at Gordon Ramsay's Burger in Las Vegas. By the way,
I feel like I've heard you say that before.
It's because I tell everybody. Like I feel like every person should know.
Listen,
that place is a glorified Red Robin.
I know.
What did I miss? Paven got tossed?
No, Bannister got tossed.
Banny got tossed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He got tossed. I don't really know what he got tossed for.
Like he was outside the dugout there for a half second. I don't know if that's all it took.
Okay. My apartment complex just texted me and said that at 3:30 at the leasing office they're having churros and ice cream.
What?
Hell yeah! I won't be there. I'll be here. No, but
yeah, you're gonna be here.
That's what happens when you have to work. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, but Skeletor said exactly what I'm saying. You're not, Taco Bell's Taco Bell. It's not Mexican food. Although
can we get a direct quote of him saying Skeletor knows exactly what I'm saying? I feel like that's pretty good too. That should be on a quote graph. Oh boy, good, great googly
Kyle Nelson's
damn near standing in the spot over there.
He tried. Kind of worked the opposite way.
Damn it.
Kellen says, why are we incapable of sweeping a team? I do not know, Kellen. Maybe because we have to do one of these watch-alongs once per week. Maybe that's the key. Maybe
I
maybe
feel
that's
like
preventing it.
I feel like y'all at some point should like go out of your way to just like make it, it's a sacrifice, I know, but like not do anything on a Wednesday on a getaway day.
No.
Do a show on a Saturday and just see what happens. See if you got to find one though where they've won the first games of the series and then like got to make that kind of last second decision where you got to audible just to see if they can get the sweep. Just to see.
I'm gonna give Jesse his headphones back. I need to find my computer. I think. Hold on, Jesse, come take your spot back. You got chips? What you got? You got some snacks? Got little snackies? You bring some for me and Sean?
No. I mean, all it is chips. So.
How are your chips, Jesse?
Pretty good. I believe these are illegal Pete's chips, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are. They are. They gave us so many chips.
They gave
Illegal
us
Pete's.
an excessive number of chips.
Place.
What a place. Okay, can I just say this? I was talking about this, I think, with Leah, and not everyone's going to be able to appreciate this. Illegal Pete's obviously has amazing food. I can appreciate a place that knows how to properly cater, and by that I mean like all their little cups of queso and cheese and stuff wrapped in tinfoil. Not a drop of leakage anywhere. Not a drop of leakage to be seen. And they have the boxes of the chips that come in that have like a built-in game, like a basketball hoop into them, so you could throw your wrappers into them and
That's
play like
insane.
basketball. It is genuinely like.
And can I just say,
put aside the fact that they pay us, it is the best like setup for a food catering thing I've ever seen.
let me just say, 5 16-ounce beers in a bucket for $15 is it's such a fucking incredible price.
That is.
It makes no sense to me. What a job by the boys over at
I know.
Illegal Pete's.
Well, they're doing it for the people. I also say extended happy hour because we were talking a lot on the Sun Devil show talking about happy hour, but like we could almost never actually go. Extended happy hour.
I think Illegal Pete's is the place where it's like you could take it to go, you could eat there. The vibes are going to be great either way. It's
because it's like
the ambiance of the place is fantastic.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the setup, it's like any of those kind of restaurants where you go in, you walk down like the assembly line, you bowl a burrito. I feel like those kinds of places. I mean, I'm not going to name names, but you're thinking of one. I know you are. I don't know if I've ever eaten inside of one of those. Because like it's to go, and they also don't have a bar.
Oh, you mean the shitty version of Illegal Pete's?
Yeah. We're not naming names. You know who I'm talking about, though.
Oh yeah.
Actually, well, I mean, there's a handful of places it could be, to be honest, but yeah, like that. Well, that's the other thing. Like, there's been a couple of occasions where I've gone to Illegal Pete's and I've just drank, like I haven't eaten.
Oh, the vibes, because the vibes are just incredible.
And the
there.
margaritas are incredible.
Oh yeah.
Genuinely, they say Arizona's strongest margaritas. I don't know how they prove that or what kind of research they did into it, but they are some of the strongest margaritas I've ever had. That's for damn sure.
There's some chatter in the comments about our watch
about actual baseball.
About our watch-alongs and the fact that our track record is not the
That's
best.
what I was just saying. Sometimes we're gonna have to make a sacrifice, do a show on a Saturday, just so they can have a chance to sweep a team.
So would it be appropriate for me to say, of course the Diamondbacks won't ever win a game when we're doing a watch-along?
Yes,
that's
appropriate, and I would agree. I would agree. There's no shot they will ever win during a watch-along.
Okay, all right.
Stop. No, what?
Jacob,
No.
it's called the reverse jinx.
Jesse
is
he's new here.
learning.
He's new here.
Yes, I am learning. I feel like Sean shouldn't be the one I'm learning from, based on what happened the last time around.
Oh.
But
Well, I learned my lesson.
But he kind of reverse jinxed that, didn't he? In
yeah,
a way.
Yeah, I did. No, I was just a jinx.
Oh, this guy sucks.
That was just a jinx.
Yeah, true.
But if I had said this guy is going yard, then that would have stayed in the park.
100%.
right. Okay,
That's
so that's
how it
what you should have
works.
said.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you should have said.
But I tested fate. I tested the gods.
Makes sense.
I texted. So for those of you that don't know about what this guy right here is currently doing, he took today off. So he is currently in the middle of a 4-game streak of predicting a home run hitter within the game.
Jacob is?
Yes. 4 straight games.
Really?
Not including today because he didn't. And interestingly, did they have a home run yet today? They haven't hit a home run today, right?
Who?
The D-backs, yeah. So no home runs today. So happened to take a day off. He didn't say that no one was going to hit a home run. He just wasn't feeling it. So I can't give him credit for
The vibes.
a hit today, but
felt the
the
vibes.
streak is still alive. And why did I bring that up though? There was a reason I brought it up. Oh, I just texted Shane one of the most dramatic things ever last night. I was like, I think it was last night. I was like, I challenge the gods. They don't answer. I challenge Jacob, and he responds in a big way. He responded big because I challenged him on bets, and then he gave me a Longo home run, and Longo hits a home run in the first inning. Kidding me?
That one was crazy.
That one was crazy. He also predicted Cattell home run that same day. He predicted them both.
So we should do watch-alongs for the Dodgers.
Ooh.
That's what people are proposing now.
That would be fun. We could just probably find a day where they're playing at the same time.
That's true. Nobody says we have to do watch-alongs for D-backs games.
And also, we could
just pick some random game that none of us have any stake in, and there'd be much less risk.
And we could also do like a baseball night in Phoenix where you watch 3 games. They don't even have to be D-backs games. You just watch 3 games, talk about baseball.
I'm on board with that.
Needed you. There was a situation. Yeah.
I was considering leaving the show.
I was considering going in there to get you.
We talked mad shit about you.
Yeah, that's understandable. Hey, at least I made it known that I wasn't going to go Jade Lavelle on y'all and transfer to the Wildcats podcast.
Think you would have lived to get out to Tucson?
Well, that's
Made it out of town?
hey, Jade did.
Jade wasn't in the heart of our home.
Fair.
With a dino spelling bee.
A dino spelling bee?
Fucking killed.
That's the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
That's terrible.
Shane knows no less than 1,200 dinosaurs.
That's what I was thinking, and I just hadn't paid attention to the start of the game because I was doing other things. Yeah, why not have Moreno? Was it because of was there a righty pitching?
Yeah,
earlier?
there was a righty
Okay.
pitching.
So that's the answer to your question, Benjamin.
Yeah,
Or I guess it wasn't a question. But
I mean, it's still a valid.
I mean, yeah, 'cause,
it's just a pivotal moment in the game.
Yeah,
like
having
second and third one
the
out,
better
Moreno
player.
makes tons of contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's.
Or you could
some
also have
validity there.
somebody else pinch it and then put Moreno in defensively.
Right. Very true.
This guy's such a stud, man.
Manuel?
Professional hitter.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what PH stands for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that, but I love it.
I love
it.
I just think like Emmanuel Rivera is like the definition of a professional hitter. Dude just makes contact.
Mhm.
Brad Hand was a heck of a reliever once upon a time, back in his Cleveland days. It's been pretty decent this year.
Go look at Slack.
What am I looking at? Oh, unreal.
Yo, Girth.
I don't know if y'all didn't know this, where you been? Gerald Bourget is an international sex symbol.
Ah,
And you should. I mean, if you didn't know, now you know.
this is breaking news.
Yes.
I'm going to start keeping a running tally of Sean's sex symbols. So
Because who do I have? I have
Bay.
Baxter. I have
I think we got Ji-Hwan Bae.
Yeah.
and Gerald.
here we go. We're starting to note
It's a
that.
solid group.
I
right
also
there.
have a draft in my tweets of my
Sex
mortal
symbols.
enemies. I have a tweet that's drafted of my mortal enemies. Let me find it. Currently, the list includes Utah, the whole state. It literally says Utah and then parentheses the whole state. Koala bears. What? Koala bears. The Stanford tree. It's now Patrick Mahomes / Kansas City fans. And what?
Drop bears.
I
They're former koala bears. It's no joke though. They're vicious and they'll drop on you and kill you.
I've heard of this thing before. And of course, Emmanuel. Hey, why not?
Professional hitter.
Professional hitter. Of course, who can tell me who rounds out the list of my mortal enemies?
Antonelli's cheese shop.
The Antonellis and their damn cheese shop and their war crimes. Yes.
You
Ooh,
paid
look at that.
the Capital
off
One
camera,
Plus Visa card.
Off camera, the mayor is currently. That is what a head you got right there. That's really weird, a really odd thing for me to say, completely out of context. Derek's pouring himself a nice kilt lift there. No, you gotta go logo out on the glass. Come on now, logo out, logo out. Look at that. Look at that pour. Look at that head.
That's well done.
So Sean, we currently have 3 sex symbols. If you have any more that come to mind,
Okay.
we'll jot them down.
Oh, well,
huh?
yeah. I've definitely called some other people international sex symbols, but I'll definitely let you know. Whoa. What is going on?
Oh, be careful, Nicholas. Don't get them fired up.
All right.
They're real cheese people, though.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's because you start listing his enemies.
Yeah. Be careful, or you'll become one of them.
Jesse, is this your wallet?
If you're pro
It is.
Antonelli's
That
cheese shop,
is.
Sean's anti-you.
I ordered some pizza for the office with it.
Derek, did you have a good time talking about Ted Lasso?
Oh,
Me and Sean had our own little conversation about Ted Lasso.
Great time talking about Ted Lasso. We went long, Jesse, because there's just not enough. There's not enough time to talk about Ted Lasso and how much I enjoy it. I imagine you haven't seen it.
I've seen like part of the first episode.
You like it, Jesse. You should devour it in the off season.
I honestly, yeah,
It's easy watching.
I am sure I would love Ted Lasso.
It's easy
like,
watching.
I honestly have no doubt in my head. I don't think I have Apple TV Plus.
And you know what? Apple was smart enough to link it to the Apple ID. Ain't nobody giving that shit out. You know what I mean? We ain't sharing passwords when it comes to Apple IDs, Jesse, or else I would.
Derek, who's your favorite Ted Lasso character?
Roy Kent. Roy fucking Kent.
Wait, why wouldn't you share your Apple ID password with me?
I'm not doing that.
What do you think? I'm gonna like go on your phone and like start downloading a bunch of apps or something?
Hey, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Vamos! Yeah, get in there. Could tell. Oh, is he hurt?
No.
Why is he bent like that? Oh my God. Is his neck?
Why is he bent like
That was a weird way to be hurt and curled up. My God.
That was a little weird.
Did he? I think so. Why is he bent like that?
Did you, Derek? Was there a second there where you thought Emmanuel Rivera's head was just going to be like stuck in that position? Is that what you?
I was like, how is he going to hit with his neck like that?
Like, it's pretty normal, Derek. If you're experiencing some neck pain, to like tilt your neck one way or the other. and
Oh,
try
he
to,
got
like,
hit with the ball.
Yikes!
Ooh, I think it's give him a stinger real quick.
Yeah.
It was very odd to see him just go like.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yikes.
ow.
Yikes.
Ow.
Yeah, that's a stinger.
Do you feel a comeback brewing in this game,
I
Derek?
do. I feel an answer back coming, Jesse.
An answer back.
I feel an
okay.
answer back coming. I don't know if you've heard this, but they are called the answer back sometimes. Because, much like the name would allude to, they answer back. Put that on a quote graphic, Damon.
There you go. That was really profound.
Corbin Carroll. We talked about the facial hair. I like it. Jesse, your thoughts? I think it makes him look like evil.
The facial hair?
Yeah, evil Corbin Carroll, basically.
Well, I think Corbin Carroll is in a stage in life where he's trying to not look like a child.
I get it.
Right?
Fair
And
enough. Fair
his
enough.
facial hair kind of does that for him.
It
like I
does.
think it does. I think it does help him age.
It squares
a
up
few
his
years.
face some. Yeah, it squares up his jaw
Yeah.
a bit. I like the long hair. I think it's a good
the
look.
shot, like the action shots of him running
Yeah,
with the facial hair.
good shots.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
shots.
maybe a little. You get villain vibes for sure.
Very much villain vibes. Yeah.
But
I'm thinking like
Which one?
Like Evil Spock. You ever seen Evil Spock with the goatee?
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totri says Jesse gives evil villain vibes.
Jesse gives. This is gonna sound. Wait,
Oh come
That was
on,
not
Blue.
that was not a strike there.
That was not a
Big
strike,
difference between a
Blue.
2-2 count and a 3-1 count.
Yeah, especially in a game this close. Why are we also watching this game but on a delay? Is there a reason for this going on with our dual TVs up here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was kind of trying to figure that out myself.
All right. That would have been a walk, by the way, for Corbin Carroll. For
Would have
those
been.
of you keeping score at home.
Keeping score at home.
And you got this big fella up next. Walker, 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 single, double, triple Walker. Let's move him though, move him. No, it's
Carroll has a couple of squarely hit baseballs in this game that have not gone for hits. Yeah. It's a tough break. 98 off the bat.
Comes Bud Black stepping all over the Casino Arizona logo. We make Totri stand in the spot over here for good luck. And he complains about it, like as if he has stuff to do. I don't know. I'm just talking about you standing in the good luck spot. There's absolute chaos erupting on the Sun Show behind us, if you guys are watching that. Back to Ted Lasso, Jesse.
Yeah,
I really feel like you would enjoy Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso, we were talking about it, but it is a show that really makes you feel good. At times, I think its biggest complaint is that you could say it gets a bit like cheesy at times. There's
Sure.
a lot of happy endings. There's a lot of things that work out for everybody. But like, I don't know, in this day and age, is that the worst thing? Like, I feel like television and movies and stuff has moved to a point where everything kind of has to have an edge to it. And I'm kind of okay with things being just, uplifting, making you feel good. It's one of those shows.
I think me and Ted have quite a bit in common, don't we?
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, I mean, you're both white males from the United States. Outside of that, I can't think of anything. What?
I know it's
Yes,
shocking.
yes,
It's
yes.
really a lot of people don't know.
He's Caucasian, but he's of Hispanic heritage.
Yeah. I do tan really well, so
I thought your skin would just burst on fire in the sun. That's what I thought would happen.
That is actually true.
I did not wear enough sunscreen in Las Vegas this weekend, Jesse. And even though I don't look sunburned, I feel sunburned.
One Carson Kelly will be in the lineup for the Reno Aces tonight.
No way.
Yeah.
We know that guy.
At least I assume he'll be in the lineup. He is on the roster. It'd be a little odd to not start him. I would expect him to be in the lineup.
Well, here comes. What's that? It goes Walker, 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 single, double, triple Walker. He hits dingers, Christian Walker. Having a day at Chase Field. He smashes balls. See, walk. Yeah. Smashes balls. Grow up.
You're laughing.
Grow the fuck up, Totri. My God.
Brandon Fott is starting that game for Reno.
Let's go. Christian Walker, 3 for 3. 2 singles, a double, and a whopper. I'll take a double right now. Oof. A dinger. A dinger would be good. Give me a dinger.
Corbin Carroll, I'm realizing, he had a flyout earlier in this game. According to Baseball Savant, it would have left the yard in 12 out of 30 ballparks.
Not at Chase Field. Ooh, no. Yeah, something. All right, well, down by a run still.
They're getting the big hits, but not the biggest hits, you know?
Yeah. And they scored a run late, so there's that.
There you go. Maybe this is the game where it all shifts. D-backs start scoring all their runs late in games now. Do we know, Derek, have you been keeping track? Have the Diamondbacks won a game that we've done a watch-along for? I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
I'm going to say the answer is no to that, Jesse.
I know there's one watch-along we did that I just don't remember. But there was did we do a watch-along for we did a watch-along for the Zach Gallen against the Pirates game that was so. Yeah,
sure
we did. So there was that one. There was the one against the Phillies that was also really rough.
That was the Sean DeLoss.
That was the Sean DeLoss game. Was that our last one? That was our last one.
That was our last one.
And then there was also, I remember I think it was Merrill Kelly on the mound against the Marlins in a series finale. They definitely lost. But I feel like there's one more.
The Dodgers? Did we do one against the Dodgers, I believe? I think our first one of the year was against the Dodgers.
What game was that? Why don't I remember that?
I don't remember. I just want to say it was the Dodgers. We'll have to research that.
The ones that I remember though, Diamondbacks have definitely gone 0-3. Oh, there was one against the Royals, it looks like.
Oh, we definitely lost that one. That was a loss, right?
And then there was one against the Dodgers. Zach Gallen taking on Julio Urias and the Dodgers. And then, yeah, there was also the one against the Royals. Those are the other two. But the Royals one was a loss. So, yeah, it looks like the Diamondbacks very well maybe 0-5 in the watch-alongs that we've done this season leading into today. So it's not great. Jose Ruiz here for the top of the 8th inning. Yeah, it's a good point, Kellen. The D-backs, it feels like D-backs hitters have had a lot of 0-2 counts in this game.
Excuse me. They choked me up back there.
How do you feel about the name Harold, Derek?
It's a great name for a dog.
It's a great name for a dog?
Yeah.
I take it that means it's not a great name for a human?
I mean, I'm not just, I don't know. I do like the concept of naming your kid another name that's like longer just because you want to name. Like if you wanted to call your kid Harry, I'm okay with calling him Harold, right? Like if you want to do something like that, let him choose when he's older. You can pick which one he wants.
Michael says, first time tuning in. Are you guys always this exciting?
Michael, no, we're not. We're way more exciting. Forgive us.
Is he being sarcastic? Is that what's happening?
I think there's some sarcasm.
Maybe
there
he's
to
talking
his voice.
about what the hell's going on back in the office.
That could be it. Yeah, there's a lot of shouting.
There's a lot
going
of
on.
background noise
I think
right
Jesse
now.
and I are both having a hard
Christ.
time processing our own thoughts because we can't hear them over the screaming going on in Studio A. But yeah, try to be. Right now, we're just waiting. We're analyzing whether or not we're the problem, basically, with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Taking a look back on our past takeovers that we've had, which we've had about, 6, I think? 5 or 6?
Yeah, I believe 5. Yeah. And there's a couple games we need to go back and make sure, but it appears the Diamondbacks are 0-5 in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're just kind of shell-shocked by that concept and really don't know what we're doing here right now. Like, what are we doing here? Just bringing the team bad luck? I don't know. I'm having a great time. Also, if you're a fan of Ted Lasso, I could continue giving my thoughts on that as well, Michael.
Michael says, I'll let you off today.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Ball smash to the corner.
It's a nice
little
play there by
snag.
Jake McCarthy.
Yeah, for sure. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Jake has looked better defensively to me this year. Last year, he's definitely not a liability, but kind of average, maybe a little below average last year.
He's
Whereas
made
this
some
year,
spectacular plays this
yeah,
year.
he got a pretty good read and nice little hop at the end.
I like
there.
the little jump. It seems unnecessary, but I still like that he did it. And who am I to say it's unnecessary? You know? Jake would probably argue it was very necessary. He belly laughed when he saw me with my purple hair, by the way, Jesse. And in a way, I wasn't sure if he was laughing at me or with me, but I was glad I could provide him with a good chuckle.
Who is this?
Jake.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, Jake had the comments before I dyed my hair
yes.
that I was going to have to dye my hair, and it was going to be a good look for me.
Yep, there you go. He probably wishes that his hair looked like that right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little easier for me. I don't have to sit on the same bench as Lourdes, right? You got Guri down there just looking, stealing the show with the purple, to be honest.
Yeah.
Stealing some of Colorado's swagger because he's got so much purple going on in his hair. But you don't want to be sitting in the same dugout as that man with similar hair. That's weird. Ruiz has been dealing lately. I know he struggled in that one game, but man, this guy's still.
I don't know if I would say dealing,
Oh,
but
come
he's looked all right.
I want an apology right
now.
That
was a good pitch, Derek.
I want an apology
that.
right now.
That was a good pitch. He has, let's see. Going back to May 14th, he's only given up. It's only been scored upon in one of those outings.
Yeah, that one game that, again, it's like
one game that was not so great.
it's kind of like Scott McGuff. Like, Scott McGuff's body of work is much better than I think our memory is of him.
Yeah,
because
it's like every run that Scott McGuff has given up this year was sort of in a pivotal situation.
And it was solely on him. It wasn't like it was bad defense behind him or just some bad luck.
Or like there were other relievers who shared part of the blame.
Yeah, like got him into the jam.
Scott McGuff kind of just
two dingers back to back, like 6 pitches or whatever, like that kind of deal.
Yeah. This game is not over, Derek.
I agree, Jesse.
It's the bottom of the 8th.
This is where things get exciting.
This is where it gets interesting.
How do you manufacture a run at this point? At least one to tie the game up.
Well, it looks like we have Lourdes Gurriel, Josh Rojas, and Geraldo Perdomo due up here in the innings. So
if Lourdes does not get on, I'm letting Josh Rojas do something crazy. Bunt single.
You just want him to bunt for a hit?
I don't know, just something. Get on base. Lean into one. Get hit by a pitch.
He is he has really struggled in this game.
He struggled as of late, period, not just this game. And he had such a good start in April too. That's the shame.
Yeah. Yeah, Rojas, like 3 of his first 9 games of the season were 3-hit games, I think. And so he had this crazy like 375 batting average or something for a while there.
Michael says Lourdes on, Rojas goes yard. You have no idea how much I would like to see that. Specifically that. Which one of you betting degenerates would like that? Both of you or what?
Oh, I mean, I would like it. I have D-backs -1.5.
Okay.
Not even for just betting reasons. I just want
like
the backs,
it? You just
bro.
like it? That was a good pitch.
It was a nice
really
pitch.
good pitch.
Yeah, this Justin Lawrence fella is it's been pretty good for the Rockies this year.
That's some wicked movement.
Oh, Lordy. Lordy says, oh, my Lourdes. Let's see that. Oh, come on, Blue. Get out of here. Nobody thought it was a strike until you said something. He just wants to wrap this game up.
Justin Lawrence this year has a 3.03 ERA, 32 strikeouts, 12 walks. He's got a sweeper. The pitch that is taking over baseball.
Sweeping the nation?
It is sweeping the nation. Well said, Derek. Well said.
Why do you set me up like that, Jesse? I have no choice but to do that. Come on. No.
D-backs have a lot of speedy outfielders on this team, but Lourdes is not one of them. Man, Josh Rojas is really he is really going through it right now. And wow.
Tried.
That's just so like you're swinging at the first pitch in a situation like this, and that pitch was not even close to being a strike.
I don't want to use those 3 magic letters. Well, I said letters, but same thing in spirit. Yeah.
Josh Rojas has options, so I don't think there's any world in which you would have to DFA him. But
no, just cut him outright.
You're just gonna cut Josh. Wow. Okay. All right. He is in a difficult spot where the Diamondbacks non-tendering him at the end of the season, as much as I hate to bring up that possibility, I don't think is totally out of the question. Would not bet on that happening, but you can't really make a living in this league as a third baseman who, I mean, he's played good defense, but he is just not hitting at all. Justin Lawrence just carved through the Diamondbacks lineup that inning.
Wow.
I want him.
You what?
What's his deal?
Yeah, you want Justin Lawrence?
Trade for him.
So what's his deal? Is he single?
Yeah, so is he single or what? Like, what's his story? Story with him and Mrs.
You got Phyllis and Stanley and Cheerios commercials?
I don't hate it.
Does that make the B the new Michael Scott? You're Dwight now, B. Put on these glasses.
So in the 9th inning, the D-backs would have the top of the order, which Nick Ahmed is, according to the box score, now in the leadoff spot for the Diamondbacks, which is interesting.
All right, boys. So we have 2 outs to come back here for 1 run. How's everybody feeling?
Wow. No, I mean I think they'll pinch hit for Nick Ahmed. I don't think they'll let Nick Ahmed hit there.
Has Nick Ahmed hit yet in this game?
Yeah, he pinch hit for Pavin Smith with a lefty on the mound.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they had it for a second there. It looked like the D-backs had lost their DH, but I think they... Or actually, no, I take all of this back. I'm definitely looking at the box score for a different game. That is unfortunate. Wow, that's embarrassing. Yeah, no, according to Game Day, the Diamondbacks do not have a DH in this game anymore. So, yeah, this is interesting.
Why did that happen?
So they moved Jake McCarthy from, let's see. Yeah, it's well, oh my goodness, this is a pretty odd situation. So they moved Gurriel from DH to left field. And that's what did it. The moment you put your DH into the field, then yeah, that would but why so left field, center field?
Arthur
Yeah,
Shaw
it
says,
looks like it's because Emmanuel Rivera pinch hit and did not stay in the game.
So is that a mistake on Torrey's side? Or does it not matter because we're going to the bottom of the 9th?
Well, yeah, Nick Ahmed has not played in this game. That was me looking at the wrong box score. So they pinch hit Emmanuel Rivera for Pavin, not Nick Ahmed. Yeah, it's interesting. But that top spot in the lineup is currently occupied by the pitcher. So, but yeah, there's no guarantee. I guess if anyone gets on base in the bottom of the 9th inning, then that's the spot that would come up. So I'm sure they would just bring in another pinch hitter, of course. The summer pass is back.
$99.
You saw that, $99. It's pretty crazy for 3 months. There have been people on Twitter. There was this whole thread about why the Diamondbacks aren't attracting fans right now, and a lot of people are talking about prices. And it's a little bit difficult to make that case when you've got a 3 months of baseball deal for less than $100.
Completely agree. And you also have game time.
Not the
out
best
here.
seats, granted, but
You have game time out here giving people tickets for practically free, Jesse.
right, exactly. So Pierce Johnson is warming up in the bullpen and will presumably come in for the bottom of the 9th. Interesting story here, Derek. Brent Strom yesterday during the pregame media session.
Yeah.
He was talking about Miguel Castro and what he told Miguel Castro when he was trying to recruit him, presumably would be part of the D-backs process when they're signing a free agent, is having the player talk with Stromy beforehand and try to persuade them to be interested in signing with the Diamondbacks.
Sure.
And Brent Strom said that he was on a Zoom call with Miguel Castro, and he dropped a couple of other names. So Brent Strom yesterday, I don't know if he meant to do this necessarily, but he dropped the names of 2 other relievers that the Diamondbacks were interested in signing over the offseason and did not, which is very awkward. But those names were Trevor May and Pierce Johnson.
Uh-huh.
So
interesting.
Yeah, kind of an interesting storyline there.
I love when they do things like that by mistake. It's kind of like when Torrey inadvertently called Chafin his closer. And then he saw the look on everybody's face in the room, and he was like, damn it.
Johnson is 11 for 11 in save opportunities for the Rockies, but also has a 6.23 ERA and has given up 5 homers in those 21 and 2/3 innings. So he has not been untouchable. And that is a quick 1, 2, 3 top of the 9th.
Let's go. Toe tree. Get in the spot, please.
We've had. No, I won't even say it. Never mind.
No, shut up.
Yeah, I am shutting up.
Just shut up.
So are
Just
you
shut
gonna
your stupid
you gonna
face.
flip the hat around and make this a rally cap?
Jesse,
Derek?
that's ridiculous. Obviously, I don't believe anything we do in this office actually impacts the baseball game. So.
Yeah, clearly.
Toe tree, get in the goddamn spot.
Use your fucking inside voice with me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. It's just the inning's going to start soon, and I need you in the spot.
Johnson last year had an ERA over 5 with the Padres, so he's not necessarily been great, but somehow he's 11 for 11 in save opportunities. That means he's due, right, Derek?
That absolutely means he's due,
That's
Jesse.
how this works.
That is how all of this works.
The Diamondbacks win this game, I'll take a shot.
Oh, shit.
Diamondbacks win the game, I'll take a shot.
Let's go. Now we need them to win.
So we have McCarthy, Moreno, and then it's that pitcher's spot that they presumably will bring in another pinch hitter for. And then you have Cattell after that if anyone gets on base.
That would be good. I would love to see Cattell back out there.
The D-backs, if I'm not mistaken, the lone walk-off walk from Pavin Smith this season. No other walk-offs.
Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. Michael Dunn lives in Tasmania.
Let's go, Michael Dunn.
Wow.
Then I feel like I should be doing more to entertain you, to be honest.
Yeah.
You were right about your assessment.
Yeah. You want Derek to take his shirt off or something?
Oh, fucking, let's go. baby.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
whole
Let's
exit.
not. Let's not.
Things I didn't expect to see today.
My nipple?
Right nipple.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just the right one. I didn't show off both.
He wouldn't show the left. He's got more class than that.
Thank you.
Derek.
See, I like that. I like that you get me when I feel like nobody else does.
So available on the Diamondbacks bench, we have Evan Longoria and we have Nick Ahmed. Yes. You are correct, Michael.
Oh my God, Jake. I know we were with you there, Jake. We need another multi-hit game, Jake. Outrageous.
Jake's body language at the plate has been significantly better since coming back.
Yeah.
At least like over these last few games.
It goes back to what?
Fuck your streak.
Whoa.
That was harsh.
What happened here?
You gotta swing at that.
Let's go, Jake. That was a defensive swing.
Yeah, that was. I mean, in a 2-strike count, defensive swings are
And when
kind
you
of
don't,
part of the territory.
but where you don't know where the damn strike zone is anymore, that's also part of the territory.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it is indeed Evan Longoria.
Okay, let's go.
Evan Longoria has pretty abysmal numbers against right-handed pitching this year. He's done basically all of his damage against lefties. He was late on a breaking pitch there.
Yeah, it's been part of his problem at the plate this year is just that defensive B swing that he's been doing. Gabby. Yo, Gabby.
A little bit of a cold streak here for Gabby. The OPS is dropped below 700.
I told
We've played
you
this
that
game
Derek
so many
was gonna lie
times
about it.
before.
Derek said
It's
he
not
promised
worth
not
it.
to. I said, I don't
Guilty.
believe you.
I just needed to actually look at by the numbers. That's why it's up, not because I was actually looking at this. Seriously, I got by the numbers. Oh my God, see?
Yeah,
See? By the numbers. That's a good.
It was that was paint.
Let's make something happen.
Gabby it definitely swings for singles when he is behind in the count, but in situations like this, you do see him show his power. But that was a good take.
Let's go.
Taking Gavin Moreno anytime stolen base. Not that he would really steal here, but the fact that he is on with nobody in front of him.
It would probably give you like a defensive indifference right here anyway, right? If you got it. Which is just the biggest bullshit.
Oh, that would not be defensive indifference. He is the tying run. That is not defensive indifference. He would have to actually steal that base. They would not just let him have it. Unless he got like just a crazy good jump or something.
Probably the biggest at bat of Longoria's career.
And he just pops it up.
Dude, I hate center field.
That was actually kind of a shot, but he just didn't get all of it.
How many have we had like that tonight?
There have been.
Feels like there's been like a
feels
good,
like
a
there
good
have
four.
been. There have been
Way
a
too
few.
many.
Yeah, there
Way
have
too
been a
many.
few.
Because there's been 3 times I've predicted a home run and it's been immediately followed with like a line.
Yeah, that was 105 off the bat there. He basically just got under it a little bit. If he pulls that ball, that very well could have been a go-ahead home run. A walk-off home run, I guess is the proper terminology. Yeah, you don't love Cattell swinging at that on the first pitch.
Every D-back fan in America can blame Max Simpson. I don't like that narrative. Yeah, I do. Better move or hope Cattell does some magic.
Jesse, you put away game day.
Well, we're at the point now where the people in the comments are going to tell us what happens
Yeah.
before we're going to see.
Yep.
So
They're going to spoil it instead of me spoiling it.
the comments are right here.
Don't look at the comments. Yeah. Don't look at the things people are saying to you.
Yeah.
That's all we want to know. Tell us when he goes yard. Fill us in.
As of right now, they're actually aligned. Game day is actually not ahead of what we have on the screen.
That's because game day starts to get behind as later the game goes on.
I'll give you some of the money I win.
It's a good take.
You don't win.
You don't win.
That's the 2016 Cleveland Browns being like, we want to win. We'll be like, you're 0-16.
Gabby's got some decent speed off first base. The fact that he's a catcher should don't let that fool you. Elizabeth, quick everyone, put in fake spoilers.
Let's go! What is he doing?
He said, fuck the helmet.
Let's go!
So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Boom, 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 boom.
Baseball classic sweatband, anything's possible. I'm telling you.
That's right.
Cash out. Cash out, Max.
Jesse, was that as gutsy as I think it was going to second base?
A single wins you the game.
That was fairly gutsy.
Well, it's just because there was no one covering.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no reason to do that.
Oh, Corbin's up.
Come on, Corbin.
Hide the chat. I say now. You just.
Do we?
Cash out.
So the moral. No, I guess I won't say it.
Delete the app, Max. Delete the app.
Yeah. No technology.
Damn it! I hate him so much.
Just so everyone knows, we actually did hide your comments. So me and Derek aren't ignoring you. We just have
We
no
can't
idea
trust you
what you're
anymore.
saying.
We can't trust you anymore. Elizabeth has proven that, and thus game day has been shut down. You are going to get real live reactions out of us here at the end of this game.
Corbin Carroll has been so incredible in his Diamondbacks career, but one box he has yet to check.
This is a legendary.
Is something like
walk-off.
this, yeah, like a really big,
I need it
really
injected
big
into my
game-winning
my veins.
hit in a game.
Wait, yeah. Why would Corbin?
Fire in my blood. Oh, he wanted to win it
He
right
let
there.
it. He let it eat there. That was a nice pitch.
Yeah.
Why are we got
Any
bunting?
interest in bunting
You
down
want
the third
to take
baseline?
a bomb. 3-1 bomb. 3-1 bomb.
What?
You stay there. You guys get behind us. Let's get the crowd going here.
Do something magical, little man.
Let's go.
Do something magical, little man.
Let's go. This is the first potential sweep of the season on the line here for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Cattell has some quickness. He
Oh, yeah.
He's
I've seen him run to. Oh my God! Yes! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Come on! Off the broom!
was an incredible hit. I mean, that was a pitch that was not even a strike.
The magic is real.
And Corbin Carroll goes with it the other way.
Admit the magic is real. I want you to admit
Totri
standing in that spot.
That was literally a foot
magic.
outside.
Totri has to stand in that spot outside. Oh my God, let's go, Corbin.
So the Diamondbacks have now won 5 consecutive games.
Their first sweep.
Their first sweep of the season.
Give me a broom.
And we are about to go live.
We are going live right now.
Again.
We have a lot of yelling to do, and I'm not done, but join us here, right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Until then, on behalf of this guy and the entire crew, and most importantly, Corbin Carroll, we thank you guys for being here for our watch along. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it is so much more fun when Corbin Carroll walks it off.